happens. So my YouTube morons don't give me any crap. That's just the way life is. Sometimes things like this happen. And Shannon will tell you. Things
with
happen.
alarming regularity.
Yeah. Hey, come on now. Welcome. Okay. So listen, I want to go over in general how moving companies work, about 95% of them. Okay. I want to go over it. The initial call you make based on the internet is not usually a company, it's a person. But even if it is a company, it doesn't matter. Here's what happens. The initial call you make is to try to get money from you and lock in a contract. That's the last time you're going to deal with these people. All they are aggregators. Listen carefully. I'm telling you based on experience. Now, you call, they say, yes, we're safe ship. We do this, 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 and this. And then they get you to sign a contract, or they don't care if you sign it or not, to agree to a contract and pay money down. Once you pay that money down, that money is for nothing. Absolutely nothing. It will go toward nothing in your move. That person has just profited from that amount of money. That's what they get. Now they go out and find someone to take over your contract. And they say, hey, I have a $5,000 contract here. It's going to be a total of 10 or whatever it is. Christie, what did they say your total contract would be?
11,500.
Okay. So they say to these people, I got a contract here that you can buy from me. And it's going to pay another $5,000. Okay. Or excuse me, another $7,000. So they might get $1,000 from someone who buys that contract. Then Christie will be contacted by this second person who says they're with Safe Ship, but they're not. So they all give the illusion they're with a company. And what happens is, and this is for everyone, not just Christie. So now the second shipper is involved. That second shipper's job is to pick up your stuff and to hammer you for more money. They usually say, he made a mistake. This is more than we thought. You have to pay more money. Then they get more money. Then they hand it off to a third company who does the delivery screw job. The delivery screw job is where they contact you and say, you know, we're going to deliver your stuff, but then they hold your stuff hostage until you pay another ungodly amount of money. So whatever the initial contract was, it doesn't matter. Each one of these pegs, what they do is they increase the contract and get you to pay money out of scare tactics. That's the way they work. Then if you get your stuff, if you do, fine. Many times you don't get your stuff, but you've paid all this money. Now, just so you know, there is no government agency that will do anything about it. They regulate it, but they do nothing about it. There is no enforcement for bad movers. It is a license to steal. And no one does anything. It would be up to you to take private courses of action with lawsuits and stuff, but it almost never happens and is never worth it because ultimately your stuff has a finite value. And I've always told people, if you're going to go online and find a mover, there's about a 95 to 98% chance you will be ripped off. It's not maybe, you will be ripped off. Now, what raises those consequences. And again, I'm going by statistics, and I you can send me all the hate email you want saying I'm a hater, and I'm not. It's usually a mover in Florida, usually. And what I have found in about 75% of those moving companies, they're owned by Israelis who come here and establish a company in Florida. Now, am I saying Israelis are bad people? No, I'm not. I love Israelis. I love Jews. I love all kinds of people everywhere in the world. There are different people. But it just so happens in the moving business in Florida, about 75% of them turn out to be Israeli. Now, Christie, this is a company in Florida you found online, and they took your first payment. Where do we stand now? What made you think it was a ripoff? What? Tell me what gave you the reason to want to reverse your charge?
Because I spoke to a friend that lives in Denver that listens to your show.
Okay.
Told me that more than likely it was a scam.
Okay.
And so they had told me that it was a 72-hour cancellation. And so I sent a cancellation in writing immediately this morning, and also contacted Capital One to let them know what had happened, and the charge is pending. And they said, yes, we've dealt with this quite a bit. We're familiar with how.
Good. Did they say they would reverse that? Did they say they would reverse that charge for you?
Capital One always has my back.
Good.
They are absolutely outstanding.
I would get that thing canceled. Did you sign anything online?
Yes.
What did you sign? A contract for moving?
I signed a contract. I signed a bill of lading. I signed a payment agreement. Blah, 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 all the bullshit. I made all the wrong decisions.
Shannon, you got to do that again. You got to do it again, Shannon. Put her on hold. Let's just see what we can do about this. I want somebody to call down to that company. I think she's doing the right thing. I think she saved herself with Capital One. But still, folks, even with a credit card, don't pay up front ever to a mover, ever. Ever, ever, ever.
And it's the same thing with these truck companies and shipping vehicles. You can never get a hold of the direct shipper. It's always one of those lead generation companies or something like that. And then all of a sudden it's...
Have you done that with a vehicle?
So many times.
And you contact someone, they're just a broker.
Exactly. And that's why I try to always make the dealership do it, because they know the trucking company.
They deal with them all the time. Company. Right. If you're dealing with a car, it's much the same, though. You get a broker. Hard. The broker sells the contract. The contract's sold. Usually the contract is sold twice. The initial guy sells it to another guy. Another guy sells it to the delivery guy. And the job of each one of them is to extort money from you.
It always gets more expensive every single time.
Yeah. And it will, and they will hold your stuff hostage. But I think, Christie, let's bring her back up. Christie, I am with you on you being upset. I understand, and why you let the crap word, the other word for crap, slip twice. Here's the deal. You are doing the right thing. I would stay on top of Capital One, but I wouldn't give them the benefit of the doubt. I would just say it was a scam. They have nothing. I wouldn't say anything except it's a scam. And if you have to reissue your card, get your card reissued. But it is a scam. And gotcha. and I thank God that your friends in Denver told you about it. Where were you moving from? Where to where?
From Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, to Fort Collins.
So, really? So you're
company in Florida then?
What's that?
It was a shipping company in Florida.
Well, she went online and found it. Most of the terrible movers are from Florida. Most of them are. A few of them are in Nevada. And but Florida is the #1 state for moving ripoffs. Christie, I want you to stay in touch with us. I'm marking this pending so I can keep track of it for you.
Okay.
And I think you're doing the right thing. Thank goodness. That's Christie, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So people, you may ask now, so Tom, what do I do? How do I find a good moving company? Okay, well, we're going to tell you that. Coming up, I'm Tom Martino. By the way, waterpros.net, they'll get you the best water systems at the lowest prices. And I mean, you will never do better than WaterPros. I know Paul the Waterman personally. I have 2 of his systems, and you can get reverse osmosis at the kitchen sink for only around $1,200, the cheapest, lowest price, best quality you can find. They do whole house systems for just under $4,000 to get rid of forever chemicals, chlorine, hardness. They're just wonderful people. 303-862-5554.
Thank you.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Arroyo Grande with Raymond Arroyo.
Looking at an accident reported down northbound I-225 at Mississippi, blocking the left lane.
But you did,
so do
right.
expect delay in the area. I-25 is accident-free
No,
right now, and a good flow of traffic between
Okay.
Centennial and downtown. Your westbound 270 drive, it's construction slowing as you work your way through Commerce City, working your way between I-70 and I-76. Expect delay there. With traffic, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. I'd like to invite you to my new podcast, Arroyo Grande. Discover life lessons, practical advice, and inspiring examples to live by as I sit with celebrities and thought leaders you'll absolutely love. Listen to Arroyo Grande wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, we were talking about moving companies, how there are a lot of ripoffs. The same goes for the solar business. That's why I love Red Rocks Roof and Solar. They do solar the right way. They don't just sell it at the door, but they install it and service it. They're a full service solar company, a one-stop shop. They can help you with your tax credits, your deductions, your financing. They can help you through installation and service. And they are not just one and done. They stay with you. It's a company you can trust. And if you have a commercial operation, they can show you how to get it paid 100% with a GREEP grant. 303-704-2449. redrocksrs.com.
Everyone's
Thank you.
Those new Lotuses are pretty sweet.
No.
Like a little Ferrari,
Oh, really? How much are they?
like 96,000.
Really? So let me look it up. It's called Lotus
Lotus Emira.
Emira.
Yeah, they're so like the
Emira. Okay, got it.
the smaller one has a 2-liter 4-cylinder.
Oh, they're beautiful. They're about $100,000.
Lotus Emira.
How are Lotuses anyway?
They're good. They lose their value fairly fast.
Hey, man, that's pretty much what Tom Harper has.
Yeah, it is. He has a what's it called?
Esprit?
No, it's the
He's had it for years and years and years. I like the
Yeah.
new Corvette. You don't do better than that. You don't do better than the new
the
Corvette.
Elise, the Lotus Elise. I rode in it like 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
3 weeks ago. The new Corvette is really sweet, but there's just a lot of them on the road. You see them a lot.
So what?
Man, I wish as a midlife crisis I'd gotten one of those instead of a mistress. At least I'd have a car.
Yeah.
Although having a chick ask to meet you at a hotel is pretty cool too. Kind of gets you through your mid-40s. Like, really? Okay.
I can imagine.
Yep. But you never know when midlife is going to come. I heard a fascinating bit of trivia the other day about Michael Jackson. Do you remember when Henry, you wouldn't know this. He was an entertainer, okay?
I
but
know
Tom,
who that is.
Tom, do you remember when his hair caught on fire
Yeah.
at the Pepsi commercial?
Pepsi, right?
Yep. He was, I forget the exact numbers, but like 25 years, 4 months, and 20 days old.
Yeah.
Do you know that he died 25 years, 4 months, and 20 days later?
Oh,
That was the exact midpoint of his life.
oh my
His hair
God.
catching on fire.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yep. That's a weird deal. You never know. Tito Put Me Out was the halfway point of his life.
Wow.
Kelly, remember that? Tito Put Me Out?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I totally remember that entire story.
You're well past the midway, Kel.
Yeah, I'm way past that.
You're not making
No reason to be a
106.
jerk.
Well, she's not going to make it to 106 or whatever the double is on her current
You know
number.
what? Just
I didn't think she can. She's
don't
got
be
it.
an idiot.
You never know, I guess. I could see Kelly being 106.
Don't be an idiot.
Well, she's already kind of deaf and blind. Could you imagine?
I had to redo my videos again.
Why do you keep screwing up?
No. I just did it once, but I had to do it.
Okay.
It's just sometimes it doesn't pick up the audio, and I got to reboot it.
I'm wondering if it's a sample rate issue, because sometimes it ends up garbled or not there.
Yeah.
I don't mean to bog you down with technical stuff. Never.
No, you're good.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's a sample rate issue, because sometimes it ends up not there. All right, here we go.
This is worth. CallFuller.com. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-8255. Compass Insurance Group, free insurance checkups for the asking. So don't make a mistake. Make sure you're doing the right thing. Just make sure you're doing the right thing with insurance. You're not paying too much or you're not underinsured. 303-996-9000. Alex is on the show right now. Alex, welcome. What's going on, Alex?
Oh, is that the current call? Nope, he's not on hold.
Oh, did he drop off?
I guess so. Sorry.
Okay, he wanted to give kudos to Frank Duran, the real estate man. And God knows there's a lot to give kudos about. People who use Frank Duran just absolutely love him. They absolutely love him because he does so much without any obligation up front, free. Like if you call Frank and say, Frank, I'm thinking about listing. You know, you're not going to get slammed into trying to list it. And he doesn't give you an unrealistic price to get you on contract and then hammer you down. A lot of real estate people do that. He doesn't just put a what I call listing whores, where they put signs in yards and let everyone else do the work. And then he just collects the commission for having a yard sign. Frank Duran is active and proactive. Frank Duran. So, sir, I did the kudos for you, okay? 303-920-1622. He'll do a free analysis of your home and what it will sell for. FrankDuran, Now, we have a lot happening right off the bat talking about moving, and this is the moving business. So moving is really, really a ripoff. I mean, it's one of the few industries where when you embark upon a moving journey, there are more chances to get ripped off than not. Now, there aren't many industries like that. There are industries that have a lot of bad people in them, but in the moving business, there's more chance of getting ripped off than not. Think about that. More chance of getting ripped off than not. And I promised I would tell you how to select a moving company. And I'm writing a note because I will do it. But I want to go to Dan because my callers get priority. So, Dan, what's going on with you, Dan?
I outlined that on the email I sent you. I subscribed to YouTube TV back in April. They charged my credit card twice, and they've charged my credit card twice every month since then.
How much is that? How much is the double? How much is each charge?
$88.60
each.
Per charge.
Oh my God! And is there anyone to call or to talk to?
I have found no number where you could talk to a person. The only thing is to do it online. And when I get online, none of their prompts match my need, and then I just run into a dead end.
Oh my God! You know what? The new age, the computer age, they don't believe in phone support. Very few companies do. Amazon still does phone support. Google does phone support. Some of the elite and best ones do, but you won't find phone support for eBay. You won't find phone support for Facebook. And you're telling me YouTube TV, no phone support. So is there anywhere, I mean, there must be a place for billing disputes or something you can go in and say, I'm being double charged. Or why don't you just cancel the whole thing and then restart it?
Well, right now, I just received an email from them yesterday they're trying to charge my credit card again, but my credit card company is now blocking them.
Good.
So it will probably get canceled now.
No, I don't
But then
mean
how do I
probably.
get
I
my-
want you to intentionally cancel it. Don't let it just go into default. Cancel it.
And then what?
Then you resubscribe.
But how do I get my roughly $170?
Here's what I'm
back?
thinking,
Well,
Dan. Here's what I'm
$88
thinking.
a month back.
Here's what I would do. If I were you, I would go and cancel it. I would reopen another account. And if I had to, I would use another email and I would reopen an account. That's what I would do. Then for the money that you were owed, I would get copies of the bills and all that. And I swear to God, I would take them to small claims court because even though they're big and they're bad and they're YouTube, they still have to answer. I would. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but I would find their registered agent, serve them, and take them to small claims court. And you really, the 177 is for the overcharges, not for all of the charges, right?
Can I suggest something, Tom?
Go ahead, Doc.
Hey, Alex, do you have the option of paying by check as opposed to direct deposit?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
So if you were to go on the site and instead of giving your credit card, just say you want to pay by check, when they send you a bill in the mail, then there'll be billing information on it that you can either call or write to them.
Well, I don't even know if they even have that available. I don't think they send out. I don't think they send out paper bills.
Oh, I'm just asking.
I don't know. Doc, that is truly, I mean, not to insult you or anything, but that's antiquated. No one sends out, hardly anyone sends out paper bills.
I get a lot of paper bills, Tom.
You won't from anybody big like YouTube.
Well, I don't know. I was just asking if it was possible. That's all.
I'm asking.
I will cancel and try another avenue. But
No, that's what I would do. Otherwise, I don't know if we have a number to get through, but let me just explain. Okay, I just looked it up. YouTube TV on their website does not offer mailed billing or paper invoices of any kind. Everything is handled digitally. Billing is automatically charged to the payment method linked, listen to this, linked to your Google account. So it is the payment in your wallet. Do you have other Google things?
Offhand, I can't think of what they would be.
Okay, well, they would be enterprise email. Like if you had an email address with Gmail, not the Gmail account like John Smith at Gmail, but like my troubleshooter.com account, even though it says troubleshooter.com, it's registered. It's Gmail. I use Gmail as the provider. So if you have other things with them, you got to cancel payment in your wallet for anything you do with with Google, and then restart a new credit card and then go back and then try to recover the money. But no matter what, that'll stop it right away. And that's what I would do. As far as small claims court, I do believe they have a registered agent in Denver or in Colorado. And a lot of people, Mark taught me this. A lot of people think, oh, it's useless. I'll never bring these people to court. You're right. They'll never show up. But they will take care of it beforehand. They don't want to be bothered, but it's not something they can ignore. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, Fix It 24/7 wants to come out and take care of your air conditioner for just $39. If you've never had it done, it's a refurbishment of the entire system, up to 2 hours of labor, taking it apart, spreading it out, cleaning each and every nook and cranny. Dirt and debris, the number one killer of ACs and furnaces. Get yours done now. Just $39. It is unheard of. And then free second opinions on any replacement. That's free. Here's where you book it. FixMyHome.com. Click book now. FixMyHome.com. Book now.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Arroyo Grande with Raymond Arroyo.
Looking at an accident reported down northbound I-225 at Mississippi, blocking the left lane, so do expect delay in the area. I-25 is accident-free right now, and a good flow of traffic between Centennial and downtown. Your westbound 270 drive, it's construction slowing as you work your way through Commerce City, working your way between I-70 and I-76. Expect delay there. With traffic, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. I'd like to invite you to my new podcast, Arroyo Grande. Discover life lessons, practical advice, and inspiring examples to live by as I sit with celebrities and thought leaders you'll absolutely love. Listen to Arroyo Grande wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. If you are looking for someone who wants to hold your hand and customize your investment portfolio, Wave 8 Wealth Management. That's me. That's my company. And I'm going to tell you up front, I did it to change the game. Most financial advisors truly are not your advisor. Yeah, they shake your hand and they transfer money into a big brokerage account, but they're not investing your money. They don't know your hopes, wishes, goals, and dreams. We handle each and every client individually. We talk to each and every client individually. And our hub and spoke model, where we have managers for each account and then meetings on each client, will assure you of personalized attention. That's me. I do it for myself, and now I'm offering it to others. If you truly want a game changer when it comes to wealth management, not just selling you things like insurance and annuities and all kinds of other things, we are truly in it for the long run. Call me, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. We will personally give you a complete review. 771-HELP, that's 303-771-HELP, or wave8capital.com.
Awesome. Mr. Martino, if you're having any sort of incontinence problems, you have over 4 minutes to deal with it.
I'm just going to go get cafe.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here's the mic's on.
Water would be great. How you guys doing in the studio over there?
We mostly want to dive, and I'm going to keep putting it off. How about you?
Well, I'm not there yet.
All right, give it a minute.
Still looking forward to my midlife crisis. Got to figure out what my game plan is.
Hotel rooms.
All right. Who's all over there in the studio?
We got Doc and Kelly and me.
Nice. Is Mark around or is he out?
No idea.
No idea.
You know, he's getting the estrogen shots, and so he's probably out for a little while.
The estrogen shots.
Huh? Oh, sorry, shouldn't have said that on the air. All right, how are the guys now? I know it's Colorado, it's not Arizona, but how are the guys doing on the roofs this time of year?
It is hot.
I bet.
Haven't had a whole lot of hail recently, but I was walking this one big project. It was a lot of buildings, and God, it was warm, like 95 degrees. It's just as soon as you get on top of the roofs, it's just different. It really is, especially when it's a dark roof. There's just so much heat. Your feet get hot.
You're young.
The blistering.
It must add 20 degrees.
Yeah. You see, I'm young, but if you ever see a roofer who's been... I'm not on a roof every day by any means, but if you see a roofer who's been working for 10 years, they look 30 years older.
Oh, yeah. It ages them, that's for sure. Do you guys have limited daylight hours like they do in Arizona?
Just as far as working?
Yeah.
It depends on the jurisdiction. There's usually a lot of municipalities that have like regulations around what time we can start work. It just depends. But the guys, like, they absolutely like to get after it, first thing in the morning.
I had a relative running a roofing deal in Phoenix, and he says we are 6 to 10, and then we'll start back up at 4 and go till 6 or 7. But we can't do 10 to 2.
Yeah, so we don't have any of those hours right now. If it were to get a little bit hotter though, we would definitely start doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, our
but
guys.
Once again, it's not horrible here. It doesn't like start out at 120 like it does in Phoenix.
God, it's still hot though. Like the first time I saw the roofers in full long sleeve and long pants, I was a little confused. But the more I've gotten after it, I understand having the sun shirt and long pants. It's
right.
Hot and sweaty, but like keeps the sun off you.
The head to toe robes in Saudi Arabia, you're like, wow, you'd think you'd want to put on some flip flops and nope, makes sense, cover up.
Yeah, when I was there, we were wearing those. It was pretty nice. Wear a pair of shorts underneath.
Oh, shorts. Okay, so you didn't go the kilt route. You weren't. The hammer wasn't swinging.
No, I mean, you got to be careful with those because they're almost transparent. Like they're a very thin fabric. So.
Now Kelly's listening.
But we went to the Royal Mosque out there, and that was actually part of the dress
here we
code.
go. Coming back.
Today.
The kilt. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, listen. Selecting a mover. Let's go over that. First and foremost, you must select a company on the national level and only use those who are national transporters. That means North American Van Lines, Global, or one of those, okay?
Mayflower.
Whatever it is, you want a national van line that has been around and not an agent. You want to talk to a national van line, and you want to get recommendations from them from dependable agents. Now, most van lines will control their agents. Okay, so you'll find good recommendations from the national van lines. Then you deal with a local agent where you're located or going. It doesn't matter where they're located if they're close to you. Well, it does. Mainly, you deal with the one close to the pickup, and then they deal with getting it to the destination. But remember, national van lines. That means van lines that run trucks under their banners. And this is a must. Listen carefully. When you talk to an agent, you want to make sure they're really a mover. Do not ever talk to a broker. Now, if you ask them straight up, are you a broker? They're going to dance around it. They're never going to tell you. But what you want is someone who owns their own trucks, has their own offices and warehouses and storage facilities. You do not want ever in a million years to deal with a broker. All a broker does is takes a fee and moves on. Okay? They do nothing for you. What did you want to say, Henry?
Yeah, so Tom, how would you recommend that people can identify a real moving company versus a broker?
Well, okay. First and foremost, they have a national affiliation. I don't mean with National Van Lines, but that's a good one, or North American or whatever, or Global or whatever, Mayflower. You pick one that has an actual agent affiliation and you verify that affiliation with the national agent. Say, is this your agent in Denver? Is this your agent in wherever you're going? Okay. Now, you then talk to the agent and you want to know, do they own their own trucks? Do they have a warehouse? Where is their location? What is their address? If they're not totally transparent with all of that, you can even ask, for goodness sakes, for a license plate number of one of their main vans and verify. You have to do homework. You cannot just call someone on the internet. 95% of the time, you're going to get a broker. 95% of the time, a broker will rip you off. If a moving company is located in Florida, do not use them ever. Sorry, never use a moving company located in Florida. So these are tips to get you really on the road. The other thing I want to tell you, and this is important, never do an estimate. Do a guaranteed not to exceed contract. That's called a guaranteed not to exceed contract. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up with Excel Roofing and others. Get your calls in 303-713-TALK.
Hi, Dan.
Caribou? Not so much.
Hey, Shannon?
Caribou in Alaska, they're all over the place.
No,
Shannon?
no, he's in Michigan.
Yeah.
Shannon?
Canada. It's not that far.
Shannon.
How may I help
Oh,
you?
Doc's trying
Tom,
to talk to you.
I wanted to
okay.
ask him.
I'm right here.
Hey,
What's up?
Tom?
Yeah.
I met with my financial people yesterday. I mean, on Friday. I would like to have you come in to with you guys and get a second opinion and see if you can offer something better or different.
Who are your financial people?
They're called Merit Financial. I've been with them for a long time.
Okay, well, they might be really good. Yeah, good. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll talk
Okay,
about it.
I want to do it next Tuesday because I don't come here on Tuesdays.
Okay. And so we'll do it in the afternoon. Let me just see.
Okay.
Can I go back to ignoring you two?
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for beating the Chinese in Vietnam, but I'm going to start ignoring you again.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Who beat the Chinese in Vietnam?
Nobody. Not us. Not the
Tom
Americans.
did.
I'm teasing. Well, it's something that I used to say growing up is that, thanks for beating the Germans, but can I go back to ignoring you? But that generation is gone
Yeah, I was lost.
ever since then.
Before you order, let me know.
Okay.
Don't be such a jerk. Just order for yourself, and then we don't get to...
We'll coordinate it.
Unless, of course, there's nothing I want that you want.
Well, what do you think about it?
I don't know.
We should probably order it now. It takes so long to get here.
What are you thinking? Morons, where should we order food?
Ocean Prime.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
Tom, why don't you send
Let's do that.
Henry over to the club and put it on my bill?
Yeah.
You can get a hamburger from the club and just put it on my bill.
That's so nice of you. But
You're a member over here?
yeah, he's a member.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know what? They really are good people at this club. I wish they did deliveries again.
How's the course? Do you play golf over here?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, he's a charter member.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, they opened in 2002, and I've been there since 2005.
Oh, my God.
That's when they started being restricted.
Were the initiation fees like 75% less?
It was 60.
Oh, really?
But what they did for me, Henry, was when I turned 70, they didn't charge me any more monthly dues.
Wow.
So I haven't paid dues for 10 years.
Wow.
And the dues now are up to $1,200 a month.
Yeah. It's a lot. We're over there in Red Rocks. I don't know what the membership dues are over there, but the initiation keeps going up every single year.
I got to move that wide shot camera for sure. I just got to move it. I'm going to look at it right now.
Okay. Hang on for me. Yeah.
I got time.
And this is the warranty that you had, right?
If I can do like 2 different time slots for books. How's everything going with business, brother?
It's good. It's a little slow right now, but we're trucking along.
I'm pissed that the ICE agents weren't able to kill the guy that was shooting at them.
The ICE agents weren't what?
Able to kill the guy that was shooting at him.
Where was that
in
at?
California at the marijuana ranch.
Really?
You know, the place where 14-year-olds were.
Under 14.
Working.
Well, that's a
There
nice
was 10
shot.
kids under 12 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
They had 10 kids there picking marijuana. But it makes sense. They have smaller hands, Kelly, so it's easier for them to get the good
You
stuff.
know what? Entrepreneurs.
Proud of them. I didn't have that sort of ambition at 12.
You didn't?
No.
Were you forced?
I was forced to do a lot of stuff at that age, but work wasn't one of them.
I was just throwing myself off of boards.
Yep. Getting wet.
It's way better.
Did you say muy? It's muy bueno?
I got that invite for the Anchor Center. Are you gonna go?
Oh, are you gonna go? They're wonderful people, Henry. Wonderful people. God, it's one of the few charities I really feel great about.
Are you gonna get a table?
Not this time. We're just gonna.
Just to attend. Are you going, Tom?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Mm. Mm.
All right, what are you thinking? Do you want to do pizza, Chipotle?
I definitely don't want pizza. Chipotle doesn't sound bad, but would you build your own online? I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you want to do it? I can
Well,
do it on my phone.
okay, if you can do it, tell me how I build it.
Does illegal pizza
Oh,
have
I'll
a
just
thing?
tell you what I want, right?
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, what's going on in your life? I love this show because we talk about life. We talk about things near and dear to your heart and pocketbook. Henry Bretz is with me from Excel Roofing, and we will talk about roofing a little. Again, this is in Colorado, such a hot topic. So we'll talk about that and more. And then we talked about movers, and I urge you to go back and review the last part of the hour of the first hour today, where we talked about selecting roofers. I also have other posts that I've done on selecting roofers. And I've been trying to post a lot of shorter, really quick tips online recently. And I hope you're tuning in. I know a lot of people are. And I try to confine it to consumer tips under 2 minutes. But it's really important because There are so many things right now. And I just realized that kids know nothing. They don't learn anything in school. They don't know much of anything. It's sad. It really is sad. And so they end up making so many mistakes. And I am working on a program to help kids in schools. I just want you to know that, because I think schools are sadly deficient when it comes to everyday life. Let's go to Kevin. He has an issue with a car purchase. Hi, Kevin. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on with you?
Hi. Just a quick question. I'm having a problem with Ford. I purchased a 2022 Ford F-150 Platinum back
Did you buy it
in
new?
2022.
Okay, you bought it new. A
Yes,
new
it was
2022. And which model?
The F-150 Platinum.
Nice truck, brother.
Yeah, it's very nice. I love the truck. I don't have any problems with it. What my issue is with that truck came what's called Blue Cruise, which is their self-driving mode.
Yeah.
And a couple of months ago, I started receiving emails saying that, my connected services, my connected navigation would be expiring, and then also my Blue Cruise would be expiring.
Now, how are you saying that? Is it called Blue Cruise? I mean, spell that for me.
Blue, B-L-U-E, Cruise, C-R-U-I-S-E.
Got it.
Yep.
Your Blue Cruise is expiring. So it's on a prescription basis, obviously.
Yep, 3 years, yes. Well, on my Moroni sticker, the Blue Cruise is listed under the package 701A. And it's on my window sticker. It doesn't say anything about subscription. Now, the connected navigation does. It says a 3-year free, trial period, but not the Blue Cruise. So I
now
called
the Blue Cruise you're talking about, and the other one, they both work in concert with each other. Is that correct?
No, not really. They're two separate units.
Tell me how they're separate. That's what I have to understand. How are they separate?
Well, the navigation system, the connected navigation, gives you traffic updates, and it'll reroute you.
Which one is okay? Which one is the navigation? Blue Cruise?
No, that is the connected navigation.
Okay, that's okay.
It's called the connected navigation.
So that's Blue Cruise is your navigation.
No, the Blue Cruise is completely separate.
Okay. I just asked you that question. What is Blue Cruise? What is it?
Blue Cruise is the self-driving mode.
Okay, got it.
On highways. Yep.
So you have two things. You have navigation and you have self-driving. And one of them you knew was on a 3-year, and the navigation is expiring, and so is the Blue Cruise, but you were under the impression that Blue Cruise should still continue.
Exactly.
And it should. Now, did you talk to the dealer? Because Blue Cruise is nothing more than their name for their cruise control. A lot of people now have smart, smooth cruise controls. And what they do is they keep distance from the car in front of you. They slow down, they speed up, they stop, they go. They're not self-driving. It's a cruise control. And usually that is not on a subscription basis. So I think what they mean, that Blue Cruise is expiring as far as the navigation part of it. But I don't think that your car or your truck will still have its cruise control. Isn't that what you understand?
Well, yes and no. Yes, it will still have a lot of people call it adaptive cruise control.
That's exactly what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yes. Now, correct. Now, Blue Cruise is over and above that. It is Ford's version of their self-driving. I can set it as long as I'm on a divided highway. I can turn the Blue Cruise on, and I can let go of the steering wheel, and it drives itself. It turns, it does everything in between the lanes.
Okay, so what is your issue?
Along with the cruise control.
No, I get it. What is your issue as far right now as your cruise control? And what do they call your cruise control? What do they call it?
It's just called cruise control.
Okay.
My issue is Blue Cruise was included in the package that I purchased as a one-time fee. Now, when I called Ford and I asked them, why is this expiring? They said, well, and they pulled up my window sticker online and says, yeah, we could see that it's included with your package, but it's a subscription service. And they say, we've corrected that problem on more recent vehicles.
Well, they got to correct it on yours.
Subscription service.
They got to correct. Okay.
Exactly.
So which one is expired? The navigation part is expiring, right?
Yeah, and that one I understand was a subscription service, and so I get it. But the Blue Cruise is specifically listed in my package that doesn't say subscription service.
It is not I have never heard of an adaptive cruise control ever on a subscription ever. I don't think.
And the adaptive cruise control will still work. It's just the self-driving mode that no longer works.
All right, man. I don't know if it's me or.
I'm sorry.
Listen, Kevin, listen. There are two parts to these things. One is the navigation, where it gets its directions on where to go. Okay, that's navigation. That's on a subscription basis. Then you have adaptive cruise control, which is not self-driving, but a lot of people feel it is self-driving. That adaptive cruise control will still work, but how it interacts with navigation will not. And that's what you're calling self.
I understand that.
Okay, so everything is as it should be.
No, I'm not. No. The adaptive cruise control is separate from the navigation.
Yes, it is.
But it is part of Blue Cruise, which is the self-driving mode.
But it's not going to expire. When Blue Cruise, when the self-driving, and what you call self-driving is where the drive controls follow navigation. For all practical purposes, when people talk about, like I was told my BMW had self-driving, it doesn't have self-driving. It has adaptive cruise control, which can change lanes, go fast, go slow, stop, go, start, stop. It can do all of that, but it doesn't follow navigation. When it follows navigation, it is true self-driving. Mine doesn't, and Tesla wrote the book on it. But yours, here's what I think you're confused about. Your adaptive cruise control, your self-driving mode will stop in regards to interacting with navigation, but it will not stop as a feature on your car, on your truck. You can still get in traffic and set it for 50, and it will keep the lane, and it will keep the spacing, and it will still work.
You're exactly right. However, the Blue Cruise is a separate system that will steer and, go around the curves, and you let go of the steering wheel and it takes over. It is not connected to navigation. I can't punch in my navigation, an address to go to, and hit it and say, Blue Cruise, take me there. That's not what this is. This is just an additional part. It stays in your lane, and the adaptive cruise control still works, so it'll slow down. But you just let go of the steering wheel and it drives itself, and it is tied with the cruise control, but it's self-steering.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. So you're saying the self-steering part's going away. Are you sure of that, or are you misunderstanding it?
100%. The self-steering goes away. I can no longer let go of the steering wheel and let it go.
You're going to be left with just cruise control and a bit of adaptation of cruise control, but you're not going to have.
You're exactly right.
You're not going to have any steering control whatsoever. So you're saying it'll drift out of your lane?
Yes. Well, and if you let go of your steering wheel, then it'll start beeping at you and
I get it.
saying,
I get it.
Yep. Take control of the.
I get it. So here so on your Maroni sticker, it talks about Blue Cruise. Is Blue Cruise just the adaptive cruise control part of it? And you're putting too much on. In other words, maybe you misread the Maroni sticker thinking that you were buying the self-steering forever.
No, it is listed separate from the.
And what was the charge?
The whole package that was included was, I want to say, $3,700.
And you knew the navigation part. And which part? How much was the navigation part of that?
It's much cheaper. It's like.
Is it part of the $3,700?
It is not. It is not.
So that $3,700 that you paid upon purchase was just for all of this capability, but it's expiring.
Correct. So if I want to renew my Blue Cruise,
right,
for lifetime, it's $2,500, $2,495 or something like that for lifetime membership. But
you're saying I already paid. I get it. You say I already paid for it. So didn't the dealer, when you called Ford, didn't they agree with you?
The guy, I called the Ford corporate office, and yes, he agreed with me.
Then why didn't they make an adjustment on your account?
Well, that's what I would like to know.
Okay, I would go back. I would go back to the dealer. Where did you buy it? Where did you buy it?
I bought it up in Denver. I live in the Springs. I bought it in Denver at I can't think of the dealership name.
That's where I would begin. Did you ever contact your dealer?
I have not.
Okay, I'm going to mark this down for Deputy Doc here. Hey, Doc.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I want you to help him, but I want him first, before you get involved, to call his dealer. And here's what I want you to say, Kevin, because it got complicated and I want to keep it simple. I want you to tell the dealer that you paid $3,700 for self-steering and it's going away. And did they make it clear? Can I see your Maroni sticker? Can you send us a copy?
I can. I can go back and get it.
Okay.
It'll be a few minutes.
All right.
I could take a picture and text it to you. Or?
Yeah, do that for us. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joe, what is your question on roofing? We'll give Henry a little chance to think about it during a break. Go ahead, Joe. What are you concerned about with your roofing?
Thanks a lot for taking the call, Tom. I appreciate you guys, all of you guys.
Thank you.
This is about a 20-year-old roof. It's about 1,800 square foot house. I want to know, should I hold on a roofing company first or a private adjuster first before I go to the insurance company?
All right, we'll talk about that. This is a very important question. I just posted a social media post on it, and it will make all the difference in the world. We'll talk about that coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, K&H Home Solutions will do painting now, as well as siding, windows, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. KHWindows.com.
The Raleigh House changed my life.
The work the Raleigh House does is a bright light in our world.
I'm feeling about 80-85%.
Positive experience I've ever had.
So that's so weird that you double it.
And medical professionals at the Raleigh House provide unmatched care for addiction, depression,
Hey, Tom?
trauma, and anxiety, offering both inpatient and outpatient services. The Raleigh House can meet you where you're at. Find out more at theralleyhouse.com.
What do you want?
That's
Oh, wait.
theralleyhouse.com.
O'Brien Legal Services. That is a law firm that does real estate law. Brad O'Brien and his team are our experts on the show, and they can be your experts. If you're a landlord and you want to navigate the choppy waters of being a landlord right now in Colorado, you need the help of O'Brien Legal Services to help preserve your rights. Or maybe you just want to know about real estate. You're closing on a property and you want to review your docs. Or you have a border dispute with a neighbor, an easement, maybe eminent domain or whatever. Here it is, adverse possession. Call Brad O'Brien and his team for anything to do with real estate. It's O'Brien Legal Services. So that's OLSlaw.com, 720-370-7388.
Thank you.
Okay.
So what is it about diminished capacity that makes you guys think you should talk on the air?
I don't understand what that means.
It means you both are losing your fucking minds. Quit turning your mics on to talk on the air, off the air.
I don't
care. Go.
I don't know.
I wasn't talking on the air.
Doc turned on his mic to talk to you, and then you tried to talk to him while you should have been doing a commercial. It's just, I guess there's worse things to worry about, but it just sounds awful. All right, as you were.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
How about if I tell Kevin to have the guy at Ford call the dealership? Or at least find out the guys.
Because I don't think the dealership is in charge of it.
No, but have the guy at Ford. You don't think that would carry some weight as well?
Here's what I think we need to do. We need to get the dealer to call Ford and get this activated for him.
Yeah.
Unless he misread the Maroney sticker. That's why I want to see it.
Yeah, I think we'll do both.
Yeah.
I'll keep on top of it.
Yeah, I just think that, we got to figure it out. I'll send you. I'm sorry. Let me just. Oh, wait. Build it here.
So, what's your opinion? Is it still to call the roofing contractor first rather than the private investor?
Wait. What else? That's all it has? What else does it have? Oh, okay. Okay, good. Okay, I see what I'm doing. I'm building choices here. Okay. Well, how do I do sour cream and all that? I don't see it. If you find sour cream, yes, or guac, but otherwise it's great.
What kind of rice do you want?
Nothing. Or do you have to? Yeah.
Beans?
Nope.
Lettuce?
Yes.
Cheese?
Henry, don't forget to use the senior discount.
Shut up, brother. This wide shot's much better. Did you see it on YouTube? I moved the camera over so I'm not hidden. Better? Come on, bro.
Yeah, now we're not blocked out.
Thank you.
On that roofing question, you agree, roofing contractor first, if you're a private investor, okay?
But it's okay if we don't.
I can't believe I have to come back.
Why do you have to come back?
I'm doing numb nuts.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Oh, good, because I have eye therapy.
You need you therapy,
Well,
not eye therapy.
whatever, dickhead.
You know, you can't spell fun funeral without fun. God damn it, I messed up the joke. Shut up. Ah! All right, here we come. 10 away.
Headlines from Trump's Oval Office. It's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We have a question from Joe on roofing. So he has a 20-year-old roof and an 1,800 square foot house. Joe, I say this to everyone, and I'm going to go over it. And I even posted something on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook and all of that. And then I have Henry with us to give an opinion from Excel Roofing. But I want to ask a question first. Was there hail damage on this roof?
Yeah, there is hail damage on it.
Was it accumulated hail damage, or is it accumulated hail damage, or is it from one storm you can identify?
It's from one storm.
Good.
Probably about 2 months ago, actually.
Good, because the biggest mistake people make is they let damage accumulate. If they do that, the insurance company will not pay for all of them at once. They will treat each one separately with a separate deductible and a separate payout. And sometimes they will reject it if the future one has more of the same damage. So you end up with no coverage except from the very first one. So what I recommend for everyone listening is that you always report hail damage if you have hail damage. But the question you had is, who should you call? A public adjuster, a qualified roofer, or the insurance company? I want to tell you a few things. I'll let Henry in on this from Excel Roofing. First and foremost, never, ever, ever call your insurance company first. Never. Why? Because if you inquire about a claim, even if they don't pay a dime, in fact, even if you do not have damage, the mere inquiry is counted against you on your clue report. A clue report is what the insurance companies do to keep track of you and what kind of a risk you are. And they have decided that in their algorithm, those who ask about claims are almost as bad as those who get claims paid. So you never call your insurance and say, come on out and check my roof. Because if an adjuster comes out and checks your roof and you have no insurance claim at all, it will still count against you. So who should you call? A public adjuster is someone, you said independent. They're not. Independent adjuster is the wrong term. Independent adjuster is the name insurance companies give adjusters they send to you because they hire them to come out and look at your house. But they're not independent at all. Independent adjusters work for roofing companies. Work for insurance companies. Public adjusters work for the public. But you don't need a public adjuster if all you have is roof damage. A public adjuster is best when you have multiple damage: windows, siding, decks, painting, roofing, and you want someone to parse through all of this and help advocate for you at the insurance company. So the very first call to make, Henry, what do you do when someone has a hailstorm? What do you tell them? And they're wondering about roof damage. Henry.
So to everybody listening, if you believe that you might have hail damage, it's really important that you call a reputable company like Excel Roofing first, and we'll come out there and verify if your roof has damage. And why that's so important is like what Tom said, you don't have the insurance out there and you're not getting that claim on your record. And so we'll come out there, verify if you have damage, and then once we verify that, we can meet the insurance adjuster out there, provide our documentation, show them our findings. And then when you'd want to involve someone like a public adjuster in a specific roofing scenario is if the insurance company denied that there was enough damage on the roof to total it, but the homeowner is provided with information that says otherwise, so therefore you can fight the claim. And we can usually get those roofs bought with help from a public adjuster.
Now, many times with an old roof, an insurance company, you know, Excel Roofing might come out and say, yes, you have damage from this storm. But an insurance company sometimes will say, well, the roof was old and terrible anyway. Henry, how often do you get those where the insurance company says, this was a 40-year-old roof, it was bound to go anyway, we're not paying? Do you ever get those?
Yeah, all the time. And the insurance company, like, they're not really the homeowner's friends, right?
They're not.
They want to push back. And so it's always a fight with the insurance. And the more and more claims that happen in Denver, the more it becomes a fight. So, like, of course, they're going to say, you know, okay, this is an old roof. We can't tell if this was just granule loss or hail damage. But if there's damage on that roof, we can prove the storm date, the damage.
Yeah.
And it'll get bought 90% of the time.
So a good roofer can fight with your insurance company, not like a public adjuster for multiple claims, but to say the roof might have been old, but this hailstorm put it over the top. And remember, old roofs are covered just like new roofs. But they try to tell you no. They try to tell you this was all pre-existing damage and we're not covering it.
Yeah, and for all the homeowners listening, rates are going up. The insurance companies are trying to deny more properties. I would really recommend,
it's terrible.
If you think you have damage, call us. We'll come do an inspection, because it might be your last cheap roof. I mean, these insurance rates are going up. These deductibles are skyrocketing. It's becoming kind of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, some roofing coverages are being dropped to actual cash value, or they make such giant deductibles that it's almost impossible to get it paid for by insurance. Joe, did you have any follow-up questions?
No, I don't think so, man. You guys are so concise on everything. That, you know, the one thing I did have a question on was granule loss, but you know, because this wasn't like a big sized hail. This was small stuff, but you guys answered it already.
Yeah,
so,
I would get Excel Roofing out there, excelroofing.com.
Yeah, we can take care of you.
303-761-6400. Okay, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Nope.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Payday.
Westbound I-70, a little sluggish now between I-270 and Brighton Boulevard. Do expect some slow traffic with center lane construction along westbound I-270 between I-70 and I-76. In the Aurora area, it's a crash on southbound Parker Road at Quincy, causing a delay, so be ready for that. The rest of the drive looking pretty good. No issues for you along 6th Avenue through Lakewood. With traffic, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
Hardworking people need a hardworking candy bar. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is definitely working hard for you. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
If you have a car and you want to have it checked out before you buy it, like a used car, Sheridan Auto Tech does pre-buy inspections on used cars. But here's what's really important. They also do regular maintenance and repairs on all cars, including yours, and electrical issues as well. So whether it's heavy maintenance or regular maintenance or a big repair or a little repair, you can trust Sheridan Auto Tech. I have for years and years, and I send my friends, neighbors, and family. SheridanAutotech.com. Honesty, longevity, value, everything you want. 303-455-7242. Don't take a chance. Call Sheridan. 303-455-7242. Something you definitely don't want to take a chance on is personal injury. And so many people They just want to talk to someone first before they sign up. Unfortunately, most law firms are not set up that way. Most law firms make you sign up first, then talk to an attorney. With Fuller Law, John Fuller, exactly the opposite. You can call his number, I'm going to give you, and you can ask to talk to John right up front and ask anything you want about your case with no further obligation. If you decide to hire John, it's always on a percentage fee basis, so there's no out of pocket. So call with your questions if you've had an injury. Don't let your rights dwindle away. 303-597-4500. No obligation and legal advice free to you about your injury. 303-597-4500.
Thank you.
Basically,
Doc has a question for you.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes, sir.
and basically was
Yes.
like,
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
okay,
Did anybody ever mention, when we're talking on Car Day about these extended warranties, that Car Shield got hit with a $10 million fine?
No. What was it about, man?
The FTC fined them $10 million for all sorts of dishonest advertising, having false statements, and having their celebrity spokespeople falsifying their comments.
Awesome.
Really?
Yes, I thought we should mention that.
Go
ahead, bro.
Who are their spokespeople?
Oh, like Ice-T was one of them.
Oh, really?
She's never on her phone.
Who did it? Who fined him?
The FTC.
And yet, Candy Crush over here.
Oh, Julie Kelly. Yeah.
That Kelly. So it's Gene Kelly. Sorry. We
Might as
reached
well
out
be.
to Gene
Might
Kelly.
as well have asked for a dead guy since Kelly wasn't checking her phone.
I'm saying.
Both of you kiss my ass. Get out of here.
There's enough.
Thanks for your help with Julie Kelly.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Listen, I'm pretty proud of that response, though.
This was in July of 2024.
I'm still saying.
Correct.
But that he said no bad habits, and I thought, wow, he's looking in there. He knew that. I wonder about that. Obviously, gay guy goes to the proctologist or the whatever. And
This is a good one, Doc.
golly, dude, take it easy back there. I know stuff can get torn, but golly,
It does.
wrecked him, damn near ruined him.
Yeah, I thought it's something that our audience would be interested in because we talk about it all the time.
What is she? Some socialist?
I don't know. I don't think he understands that I have a job. That I get paid at. Not by him.
Damn, girl.
All right, so I'm gonna do some free gutter cleanings to people over
Right.
80, and then
I didn't forget. Let me put it down here.
do you like that promo?
Hey, Tom,
Yes, sir.
I got to tell you, you look about 1,000 times better than you did the last time I was over there.
Oh, good. Thank you, man.
You
Thank
look much more robust, much less.
Cancerish.
Yeah, you know, you look great.
Thank you. I'm getting there. You know, I have 4 more treatments, and I go in a week from Wednesday for my 4th 3, 2, 1. So
Well, you look fantastic, Tom. Now, of course, I wish you sounded better.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, so
You know,
Hey.
when we had lunch at the club, you looked a little sickly.
Yeah,
Now
I
you really
was.
look much.
Thank
you look
you.
much more robust.
Thank you. So
But
I went flying
but the
yesterday.
upside is, do they give him better service when he looks sickly?
Yeah, I went flying yesterday for the first
In the chopper or the plane?
in the chopper.
That's funny, Henry.
Get to the chopper!
You know, for a kid, you're okay.
For a kid.
Hey, Doc, when did you say you're available for a review?
Well, I can do it
Here we go. Coming back.
X1-6400.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Free gutter cleanings. Henry, spill it, bro. What are you doing? You're doing free gutter cleanings. That's wonderful.
So,
talk to me.
Henry with XL here, and we're going to run a little promo on the ad here. So anybody over the age of 80 years old,
hey, Doc,
first 3 callers we get, we will do a free gutter cleaning for your house.
Anyone 80 or older.
Yep.
So 80 or older, right?
Yep,
okay.
That's correct.
Free gutter cleaning.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
The first 3 callers, and that phone number, when you're ready, is 303-761-6400. That's 303-761-6400. And also, just really quick, we are also installing free solar attic fans with any full roof replacement. So if you call XL Roofing, if you have hail damage, anything like that, and need a full roof replacement, we will do your full attic ventilation. Very similar to what we did at your house, Tom.
Yes. Now, that is a wonderful thing. And it keeps the temperatures more even for sure. It really helps my attic fan, not my attic fan, my whole house fan work less, and my air conditioner works less. It's so much more easy now to keep temperatures in upper floors. How many attics do you, now people listen carefully. Many homes, if not most of them, have inadequate attic insulation. We're not talking about whole house fans now. We're talking about attic insulation. You want the air in your attic to be moving. So all of that is a complete circulatory system in and of itself. So the air should enter the lower part of the attic through eaves and vents and go out through the top of the attic. That has nothing to do with your whole house fan or anything. That is attic insulation, or excuse me, ventilation. And what I've said was this in the past: don't bother having your whole house fan if your attic is stuffed up, because your attic is going to just accumulate a bunch of hot air.
Yeah, and it's like when a lot of people store stuff in their attic and it starts to melt, it's an obvious sign that there's not sufficient ventilation.
Well, for sure. Or if you go up there and it's so hot you can't stand it. What you want in an attic is a full circulatory system of convective currents coming in and going out, in through the low, out through the top. And you guys do solar fans. You did on my house. And tell me how they work.
Yeah,
These are not whole house fans. These are attic fans. They're distinctly different.
So the solar attic fans, they're really sweet. So you have your intake vents, which are your soffits. So that's going to be lower.
Those are what we call eaves, okay? And there's holes in the eaves with grills on them.
Yeah, and that's to bring the air up through the attic.
Right.
And on the peak of the roof, we put these fans that are kind of just like, a standard fan, but they have a solar power attic, or they have a solar powered panel on there. And so whenever
it's all self-contained.
Yep, it pulls a bunch of air from the lower part of the roof, and then it exhausts it through the top. And the sweet thing about those is you can actually get a tax credit because they fall into that solar tax credit.
So you get a tax credit for those. Plus, they sit there forever. They have like a 50-year warranty or something. They sit there and just move whenever the sun's out. So for those who don't have attic fans, normally there are these clamshells or whatever they call them. Yeah. There's these turtle vents that just sit there, and natural convective current can move through your attic still, but not as well.
Yeah, so that's what we call a static event, and they do work, but they're not nearly as efficient as having a fan.
So you really want a fan.
Yeah.
And those can be put in without any wiring to the house whatsoever.
So that's why I love them so much, the solar powered.
Because you drop them right in.
We can go up there. You do not need an electrician. That is the super key part of that. So you get the tax credit. You don't need an electrician. It's substantially easier.
Yeah. How many did I put in?
I think we got 2 or 3 on your roof,
or more than that, I thought.
Well, we did some B144 static events, but
okay, got it. Fans. And then you did some power fans. So the temperature in my attic went down dramatically, and then my whole house fan, which takes hot air out of the house and through the attic through the outside, works better. So don't even bother getting a whole house fan. I love whole house fans, by the way. They take the cooler air from below and expel the hottest air on the top in your home space. But don't bother getting a home space attic fan, whole house fan, if the attic is jammed up. You want that attic breathing. Now, why do you want the attic breathing even in the winter? Why do you want that?
Well,
summer and winter. Why do you want, you kind of are equalizing that attic with the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, so what you're bringing up in the winter is when the insulation comes into play. And so you need to have proper insulation in your attic. And the code for most of Denver is at R49. And so that's going to keep your house cool in the summer and warmer in the winter. And especially,
but having the air moving, actually, whether cold or hot, having the convective currents helps in both air conditioning and heating.
Yeah. Yep.
So that attic fan, I can't say enough about him. If I was looking to upgrade my home, I'm going to give you the 3 tips, the 3 things to get your home more energy efficient right after this.
Thank you.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Westbound I-70, a little sluggish now between I-270 and Brighton Boulevard. Do expect some slow traffic with center lane construction along westbound I-270 between I-70 and I-76. In the Aurora area, it's a crash on southbound Parker Road at Quincy, causing a delay. So be ready for that. The rest of the drive looking pretty good. No issues for you along 6th Avenue through Lakewood. With traffic, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the legendary General George Custer and explain what really happened at Little Bighorn. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Gravina's has the greatest windows. Why? Because they have 50 brands of windows, so you're bound to find one for you for your fix and flip rental or dream home. They never push you into one kind of window. You know what I love about Gravina's? I love it because Larry comes right from the dad who's been in business, oh my God, since I think the early 60s. Now, Larry started on 950 West Evans, took his son Nick in, and they do windows, siding, doors. They do it all. And they have 50 lines of windows. Plus, they have multiple lines of siding and doors. They can weatherproof and beautify your home. It is an investment that keeps on paying. So call Gravina's. You won't be disappointed. A name that most people just wish they had with a heritage like that. 303-GRAVINA. 303-GRAVINA. Or online, gravinas.com. Joe Lazzara, criminal defense. You probably think, wow, will I ever need one? I hope you don't, but you may need to refer him to someone. I want you to write the name down and hope you never need him. Joe Lazzara does criminal defense, which can include major traffic offenses, DUIs, arguments with your neighbor, a bar fight. Listen, I'm not going to tell you that it happens to everyone, but when it does happen, the first thing you do is look for answers. Joe will talk to you free of charge up front about your charges, okay? Get your legal advice. If you hire him, it's on a flat fee basis for the offense. So please call Joe at the first sign of trouble or refer him out. Joe Lazzara, Lazzara. Here's the number, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. Do you want a price on the phone right now for your countertops? Nobody does that. Well, the Art of Granite does. You know why? Because they love their deals. Listen, people that aren't transparent shy away from. The Art of Granite, Mitch Fleer will talk to you and say, sure, you want a counter? What size? Give me a pick. Let me show you. We have granite, man-made materials, stone products of all kinds. So whatever you choose, they'll give you a price on the phone. Tear out Holloway is always free. Wholesale on all countertop materials. And incentives like free edge treatments or backsplashes, or maybe a free granite in the bathroom when you have the kitchen done. Call for your incentive. Call for your price. Right now, 303-386-5919, 386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
Thank you.
And for the past decade, we have been helping investors take their 401ks, IRAs,
Hey, Shannon.
Yeah.
How often are you getting dropouts?
Probably once a segment, maybe.
Oh, really? How long is it for?
That's pretty accurate, what I sent you.
Okay.
And it could be volume going into Lucy. Maybe it's peaking a little.
Okay, let me.
But I have no other insight.
Test.
I don't use it enough.
Test. Let me
Well, now
drop.
you're whispering.
No, I'm going to drop it down a little. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. Hold on.
Oh, whoa, you're gone.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. You like a little peak here and there, yellow, right?
Yeah. What do they say? 10 to 15%.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is going to be good. Let's try it. Let me know if I'm too low.
No, there's no way. Here's the problem: is it's hard to crank it back up in your headphones, isn't it?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to hear you.
No, I hear me fine, so I have no problem with that part.
I also wouldn't entirely mind hearing Henry better.
Okay,
but I'm
good.
not gonna.
No, I got it.
His input's above average. You know what I mean? And I mean input into the show. His contribution above average.
Oh, he's a smart dude.
It's weird.
I'm going to
I have a criminal record twice his age. All right, here you go.
App and see what's trending now.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's see what we can do to help you any way we can, as we say. Chris has a question for Excel. Henry stepped away, but I can try to answer. Go ahead, Chris. What is your question?
Hi, I'm getting bids for a new roof, and one of the other roofers is offering me something called a deck air vent, and I've never heard of that, and I'm wondering if that's as good or better than the turtles.
That's exactly a deck air vent is nothing more than a vent in the decking of your roof. It's just an attic vent. And where are they offering it?
It's supposed to be like just 3 feet up from the eaves, and it runs horizontal to the ground. But it runs like the whole length of the roof.
Wait a minute. 3 feet up from the eaves? That's pretty low. Do you have I don't understand that at all. What was their reasoning? What was their reasoning behind it? You want the vent high as you can get. In fact, there is something called a ridge vent, where the pointy part of the roof is vented all the way down. You don't want it halfway up. You don't want it 3 feet up. You want it almost to the peak.
Right. I think this is an intake instead of a soffit, because I don't have any soffits.
Okay. Then that's what it is. It's the intake. They're putting in, what they're saying to you is you don't have enough intake vents for ventilation, right? Did you already sign a contract with this roofer?
Right. Not yet.
Okay.
Nope.
Are they asking for money up front?
They are not. And I have Excel coming this afternoon.
Good. Have Excel come and give a look. But here's what I want, and it's good to get multiple ones. And I'd love to hear your feedback after you do. But what I want to do is I want to ask you. You have ridge vents or high vents, but not low vents. Is that right?
Right now, we have no vents.
No
Nothing.
vents? Wait a minute. You have a house. How old is your house?
1898.
What? Did you just say 1898? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's one of the really old ones. A little old Victorian.
Are you in Denver, or where are you located at?
I'm down in the Springs.
Okay, if you have a pre-1900 home, listen, you need to upgrade the ventilation for sure. Hold on and let's go over it because you're going to need some really serious venting. Otherwise, that house is going to be a pressure cooker. And right now, I'm surprised you're even getting air conditioning and heat to work effectively. I'm really surprised. So please hang in there, Chris, and we'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255. So she has an 1898 house with no venting. And he was saying he's going to put some low vents in, but he didn't say anything about the high vents.
It's a little late now, but I mean, you're more than welcome to push buttons. Yeah, you left some crumbs over there, too.
Is the food here?
Quoting intake.
Well,
hell.
I'm going.
Yes, steak burrito.
Yeah. Good.
Oh no. Okay. No, his was smaller.
Well, yeah. Could be back here if you are.
Because he didn't order all the extras. Yeah.
You excited yet?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll be very excited maybe like Saturday.
Oh. Okay.
Rest of the time is work.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Because the #1 preset on the free iHeartRadio.
Whenever I step away into the next.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, one time.
Yeah, it's not a great area.
It's on the way home.
That way. Not that way.
Is that a fly?
Yeah, he's trying to be a joker. What are you trying to do?
Who? What?
Oh, you and your irritating sounds. You're so funny. I forgot to laugh.
What are you talking about?
So I just texted my guy in Springs, and he said that we don't have that ventilation customer, so I think I need to clarify with him or with her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
That's bonus. Enter it now at khow.com. Keep listening to win on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Give us a call at 303-713-TALK if you want to talk about problems, questions, and complaints, the things that make you tick, the things that tick you off. We talk about it all. Those everyday aches and pains. Really, there's nowhere else to talk about them, so we do it right here. We try to solve your problems, if we can, getting directly involved. We answer your questions, of course. We left off with a question on venting. We talked about ventilation in an attic. If you don't have proper ventilation in your attic now, we're talking about your attic, which should be completely sealed off from your home. In fact, you should even do foam around your light fixtures and your wires that go through down the walls. You should have a completely separate, sealed off attic from the home. The attic should be well insulated on the ceiling, above the ceiling, and then above the insulation, you should have free-flowing air coming from the low part of the attic to the ridge or the high part of your roof. And what Excel Roofing does, our guest today, excelroofing.com, what they do is they add attic fans that are solar powered. They drop in your attic that are self-contained. When the sun shines, they go on and they keep air moving. But you don't need a fan. You can do just a vent if you want. But Chris said she's in the Springs. She had one roofer come out who said they're going to put some venting in, but I didn't understand it completely. They were only talking about putting in lower venting and not higher venting. You need both low and high. Her house was built pre-1900, 1898 to be exact, and it doesn't have any ventilation in the attic whatsoever. So, Chris, what kind of roof do you have on there right now?
It's just a standard asphalt roof.
Okay.
But it's getting on 20 years old.
Did you have a storm, or are you just having it replaced self-paying?
I'm self-paying.
Okay. Now, we asked Excel about this, if they got a call from you or not. You do have Excel Roofing coming out there today?
I do.
Yeah, they didn't recall it, Henry?
Yeah, so I talked to our branch manager down there. Do you know who your project manager is?
Yeah, Caleb.
Caleb? Okay, perfect.
Okay, good. So when Caleb comes out, ask him about the attic ventilation. Most likely they're going to pop a few holes in your soffits or your below if you don't have a soffit or a soffit. And then they will put a self-contained solar-powered fan in, and that will make wonders in your attic. But this particular company, not to throw stones at them, they recommended that they put in vents 3 feet above your eaves. What were they saying they would do for the top of your roof, the upper part of your roof? Did they recommend they put venting in there?
They gave me two, one with a ridge vent and one without. And I thought that doesn't make sense without.
No, not at all. In fact, it's useless.
They were willing to do it that way.
Yeah, it's useless.
Yeah.
A ridge vent, by the way, is not bad. That's a vent all the way down the peak. But I think you can do a ceiling fan, an attic fan much cheaper.
Yeah, so what I'll talk to Caleb about is we'll do a bid for the intake vent. So that would be probably around your soffit or somewhere around that area.
The lower part.
So that's the lower part of the roof, and then doing something like a solar power attic fan. And so that would be more of our best option. And then there's another option that's a ridge vent, and that would just be some ventilation, and that would be a static vent. So it's really up to you. I recommend the solar powered attic fan because it'll really pull that air through the attic, but that will be a little bit more expensive.
But there's no wiring needed for the house or anything. It's really, and it really will extend the life of your roof, and it will help make your house more energy efficient as well. So you're moving in the right direction, Chris, by trying to get ventilation in the attic. Anyone who has a static attic, and it rhymes, static attic, is going to be really, really, really disappointed when it comes to performance of a roof. Roofs will wear out faster, believe it or not. Your roof will warp, the decking won't last, and the heating and cooling of your home will be more difficult. It's best to keep that attic completely separated. By the way, Chris, how is your insulation in the ceiling, which would be the floor of your attic?
So one part we laid insulation in, another part you can't get into at all. So I have probably nothing.
Yeah, well, you probably want to have some blown in if you can.
Yeah, we recommend blown in insulation. So there's the spray foam and the blown in. And especially just for the attic, it's important to do the blown in because the spray foam, if you were to get a leak or something like that, it would be impossible to find it until it rots everything out.
Yeah, so in the attic, you want that blown in cellulose. And we have Best Way, I believe it's called Best Way Insulation on a referral list. They're really good people. Let me just make sure I have the name right. They're really good people. I don't know if they go to the Springs.
We do.
Do you do insulation? You can do that?
We do insulation.
Can you do the blown in installation for her? So then since they're going to be at your house anyway, but Best Way is the name of a really good insulation company. But if you're going to have Excel there anyway doing the vents, they can blow in that area. And any area can be accessed, by the way. So even though you don't think it can get accessed, there are ways to do it. All right, Chris, thank you for calling 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Someone wants to ask about the free gutter cleaning. They want to know, did the 3 get taken up already? Do you know? We were offering 3 free gutter cleanings for anyone over 80 if you called. And you call Excel Roofing 303-761-6400. Do you know if those slots were taken?
You know, I have not checked with the office yet.
But just call anyway. They'll let you know if it's taken.
The message that I delivered to my office is that the first 3 we are going to offer it for free, and then anything after that will be just $99, and that $99 goes a long ways because it's tough.
Gutter cleaning is a tough job. So excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. Okay, so we've been talking.
Hey, Tom, why don't you tell the audience about Car Shield?
Oh, very good one. Let me find it. So Car Shield, and it was in 2024, which is funny because you don't hear a lot about it. Ice-T was one of their favorite endorsement people, you know. Anyway, Car Shield had was fined by the government from the Federal Trade Commission in July 2024. So it was like a year ago. And it was right about a year ago, they were fined $10 million for deceptive and misleading advertising relating to service contracts because their ads claimed that all covered repairs were paid. But the contracts contained numerous exclusions. Customers often found engine, transmission, and other key repairs not covered. Car Shield also said they made false allegations about rental cars, and they said that they do not offer the rental car coverage that they bragged about. In reality, many shops won't accept plans, and rentals weren't provided. The other one were celebrity endorsers. Ice-T, Chris Berman, Vivica Fox, whoever that is, and others were presented as real users who saved money, but they actually hadn't used the product at all. So Car Shield must pay $10 million to the FTC. And they must
have to change their advertising.
Now, I've seen the advertising recently, and it doesn't sound like they changed it at all. Those who bought the plan may be eligible for refunds. So, people, I never recommend these warranties. Never, ever, ever. Because there are always way more exceptions than not. And you're not going to get them covered. You're not going to get it covered like you think you are. I know people are looking for a panacea. The best defense with a used car is to get it checked out before you buy it. Now, that's not going to be the end all, but it's going to be something. Okay, you really, really, truly need to get a car checked out. Get it completely checked out before buying it. I can't tell you how many problems start out here with I bought a car, has 100,000, 150, even 200,000 miles. They never got it checked, and they expect to have trouble-free ownership. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. More after this.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Coming up this Saturday on the 19th, we're going to have an informational meeting about Vestera Turnkey. Now, Vestera Turnkey is a program that helps you become a landlord without the conventional risks and hassles. They hold your hand through the entire process, through the buying, the closing, the management of the property. They have management companies that help you. And basically what you do is sit back and make the returns. They even help you when it's time to sell the property. Vestera, find out more about the program on the 19th. That's this Saturday. Go to this website to sign up. MyBiggestReturn.com. MyBiggestReturn.com. I'll be there. MyBiggestReturn.com. Red Rock's Roof and Solar does more than just install solar systems. They service them and they also sell them. So they help you with every aspect of the solar system. They're a one-stop solar shop. They've been helping a lot of people with commercial operations get their solar systems paid for through the REAP grant. If you qualify, you can get 100% of that system covered by the government. Find out more about this or residential systems. 303-704-2449. Don't go to a company that just sells it and then walks away. These people are in it from the beginning to the end and then afterwards to help you service it. 303-704-2449, redrocksrs.com. Did you know that if you get new windows as part of your solar system, you can actually get tax incentives on those too? Gravina's has the greatest windows. Gravina's 950 West Evans, the heritage most companies just dream about. But Gravina's has been there since Larry left his dad and went over to 950 West Evans, and now Nick joins Larry. It is a family affair from the beginning. Gravinas.com or 303 Gravinas, 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding and doors. They have the product right for you to beautify your home, increase its value, and make it more energy efficient. 303 Gravina.
I can't go number 2 anymore.
Denver's talk station,
I don't know if this guy.
Small stuff, but
Yeah. Cooter.
Henry, what about you? Why, you just love what you have?
Loud. Stars. Depreciation on those electric cars is pretty incredible.
Oh, it's amazing how they depreciate.
Those Mercedes EQS for what 120 MSRP is shooting up like 30,000.
No. Come on. That cheap? I don't believe it. I'm going to look. Are they nice cars? What are they called?
Mercedes EQS.
K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Car Shields, people have said that they have never gotten anything paid by Car Shield. Can you imagine the money they're making? They sell this crap and don't get anything paid for. I'll tell you another
And
thing.
it's $120 a month, Tom. That's not
What?
cheap.
120 bucks a month?
I think that's what it is.
Well, that's incredibly expensive. That is, well, outrageously expensive.
So how do they market these? Are these some of these like extended warranty letters?
Yeah,
you
and
get
the
in
dealers sell them and get a hefty commission for selling them. And then they advertise them on TV all the time. They want consumers to ask for it. Okay. Speaking of finance and things you waste your money on and all that, one thing I want to say, a lot of people are doing, and I think it's a good idea. They're transferring, if they're not getting a home equity loan to pay off high interest credit cards, they're doing balance transfers. Okay. One of the best that I have found is Discover It Chrome. Now, here's what it does. It has a 0% intro for 18 months. Then it hops, of course, 18 to 27% variable, okay? No annual fee. But if you use this judiciously, and once you transfer the balance, if you pay down that balance and then use it and pay it off every month, this is a wonderful card. This is not a commercial. Not that it would matter. I wouldn't do a commercial unless I believed in it. But it's Discover It Chrome. It's the top pick of many consumer advocates because it gives you 18 full months of zero interest on transfers. You'll pay no interest till 2027. This is called the Discover It Chrome card. 0 interest for the balance transfer, and then 0 interest for 6 months on purchases. So when you open this today, you get a year and a half of balance transfers with no interest, balance transfers with no interest. Then you get the next 6 months for 0 interest on new purchases. And then you get an unlimited cash back of 2%. That's on everyday purchases. I mean, I don't know how you beat it. I just don't. Discover It Chrome. So if you're looking to get out of debt, take your high interest debt and transfer it over to this card for 18 months. Now keep track of that and make sure you start paying down the balance, because it'll hop back up, from 18 to 27%. That's a lot of interest, but the card itself is a good card. There's no annual fee, none. So why don't you try it if you're trying to get out of debt, I mean, and take a weight off your shoulders. Is what I meant to say, because this is a true no interest transfer. Now, there are others who boast this as well, but I'm telling you, they're not as good. They're not as good as the Chrome. So that is the one. Again, the transfer fee many times defeats the purpose. Some have transfer fees. The Chrome does not have a transfer fee, so you don't pay a flat fee up front. No annual fee. No transfer fee. You get 2% back on gas and restaurant purchases, 1% back on everything else, 0% APR for 18 months. And then at the end of the first year, Discover, listen to this, will match all of the cash back you earned and double your rewards instantly. Golly. I mean, I'm serious. You heard about it here. Discover It Chrome card. It's incredible. I mean, the whole first year, they match your cash back. Whatever you get, they double it. But remember, you have 18 months, and then that hops up to 15%, up to 27%. It's a reliable, straightforward cash back card, ideal for these transfers. But there are some others. There's the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's 2% back on all purchases. And you get 0% interest for 15 months. No annual fee. And you get a $200 bonus if you spend $500 in the first 3 months. Now, while this is okay, it doesn't come close to the Chrome. And then Citi has a double cashback card. You get 2% cash back, 1% when you buy and 1% when you pay. And this also has 0% introductory balance transfer for 18 months with no annual fee. So I would say second to the Chrome card, the Discover It Chrome card, the second best one in mine would be this cashback reward from, wait, let me find it again. It's a really good one, but not the Wells Fargo one. Not the Wells Fargo one. But I'm telling you that this is a chance.
I think you said Chase.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's Citi. Double cash. It's Citi. So Citi, C-I-T-I, double cash card will give you 2% back and 0 for 18 months. So they match the 18 months of Chrome, Discover It. But still, Chrome is better because you get 6 months of purchases with no interest. Now, why do they do this? Well, of course, they're hoping you're going to have a balance at the end of that time to pay off. Now, years ago, I found a dirty trick some of these were playing for people who play the balance transfer game. Because at the end of this 18 months, you can transfer to another card with interest-free transfers. You can actually play that game, and you can truly not pay interest for a long time. I mean, this one alone is a year and a half, right? So toward the end of that year and a half, you can transfer a balance from that card to another interest-free transfer. And you can play that game. But what I found with some of these cards, not with the Chrome and not with Capital One and not with the major issuers, but some of them, what they were doing is giving you a late notice on some of your payments. They did not charge a late fee. They just gave you a notice that you were late on your payment. Now, why would they do that? Because what they wanted to do is ding your credit. So when you went to try to transfer the balance to another interest-free balance transfer card, you would be turned down because of your credit. So a lot of people just ignore those warnings that they're late, especially when it doesn't affect their credit. But in these balance transfer cards, they do it sometimes on purpose to try to keep you there. So it keeps you from finding a new zero interest balance transfer because of your credit. So beware of that. If ever you have zero balance on your transfer and you're making payments and you hear about any kind of a late payment or a ding to your credit, you got to contest it immediately, of course, unless it's true, because otherwise you're going to be trapped when it turns from zero interest to high interest. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplan today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by yrefi.com.
We are seeing a little slow traffic here and there along westbound I-270 through Commerce City. You may see some brake lights as you work your way through. I-70, though, itself is looking good between Arvada and Aurora. And I-25 accident and stall-free. A little sluggish, though, both directions as you work your way through the downtown stretch. The Tech Center area is in good shape at this point. With traffic, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
Is private student loan debt ruining your life? It doesn't have to. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch, and they don't care what your credit score is. Just go to yrefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
Genesis for siding, windows, doors. They also do kitchens, baths, and basements, and mold detection and remediation. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. I really love the fact that they do construction in a field that is riddled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs. You can depend on Genesis. They're a great company with good family-run operation for years and years. I've known them for 30 years. 303-679-8509. Looking for a basement? Maybe a kitchen or a bath, or new siding. How about stucco? They can do it all. 303-679-8509. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. You know, an accident can really screw up your life. It really can. Missed work, canceled vacations, maybe your car's wrecked. You have questions. If you have questions about an accident that caused you an injury, you can call John Fuller at any time and ask to talk to him. You don't have to be admitted into the firm or hire them to get to talk to him. No other firms do that. So say you want to talk to John and talk to him. 303-597-4500. John will talk to you about your injury, about your case, answer all of your questions. If you decide to hire him, it's always on a percentage fee, no out of pocket. John Fuller, 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
7 Jewish actors in Hollywood history. You're not embarrassed to break down in tears when talking about Greek yogurt, and then Charlie. Hey, we are here for some property that now belongs to us.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So there's free gutter cleanings for the first three. Did we have the first three callers yet, Henry?
We did get 3 callers over 80 for the gutter cleanings, so that one is full.
Okay, so then you can get the rest of them for $99.
Yep, so we are running a special. The gutter cleanings are normally $299 for residential houses, and that starts at 1 story, and then $399 for 2 story. But for right now, we are doing $99 gutter cleaning. So if you call Excel Roofing 303-761-6400, we will come take care of you. And for everybody listening, if you have had any hail damage, I would really recommend calling, because these rates are going up. These deductibles are going up. The insurance industry is changing, and this might be your last cheap roof in the near future.
Oh, yeah, definitely don't let any kind of damage go without catching it. Okay, so somebody wants to know, what is the catch with these with these no interest balance transfers? It's very easy. They want to make you a customer. It's that simple. And even if you manage to pay off that balance without paying interest, they figure you're going to stay with them and use the credit card, and they will make money off of you. So there is no catch. It's really for real. Interest-free balance transfers are for real, and they can truly help you. Do you understand how much they can save you? If you have any kind of a balance, transfer it for a 0 interest credit card. So you transfer the balance. So now instead of having, let's say, 15 grand on card ABC, you now have 15 grand on the Discover Chrome card. You will not have to pay interest for 18 months. So if you take that 18 months and pay the hell out of it, you can get out of debt way quicker, because otherwise you're paying up to 20-something% in interest. That puts a big dent on your ability to repay. So 0 interest truly helps you repay quicker. There is no doubt. Now, then it's your job to babysit, because after the 0% interest, it goes to normal. What is normal these days for credit cards? Anywhere from 18 to 30%. It is. That's normal. 18 to 30%. So do the balance transfers if you can. Now, someone else wanted to know about, I got a text here on travel insurance. This is the season, by the way, and people are leaving and people are traveling a lot, and they want to know about travel insurance. Okay. There are a lot of things that travel insurance will not pay for, and people are buying it anyway, okay, thinking that they're covered when they're not. And travel insurance can add $200 or $300 or $400 to a trip. And people say, well, you know what? During this busy travel season, if something happens to me, I'm protected against disruptions. However, you will not necessarily get what you think. For example, some of these cruise companies, when they offer a guarantee, you won't get a cash refund. What you do is get a voucher for a future cruise. So if you need to cancel, you will not get a refund. You need to know the terms and conditions of these insurance. So I put some together so you could have a basic guide, okay? First and foremost, look out for ones that offer vouchers or credit and not refunds. Do not get those. They're good for nothing. I mean, you do get a value, but you have to use it in the future. And by the way, the voucher is only for the amount you spent. So if prices go up or you have a very special deal, you don't get necessarily the entire cruise with the voucher. The voucher only is good for what you spent. So if the cruises have gotten more expensive, you have to pay the difference. Keep that in mind when it comes to travel insurance. You will only get a voucher on some of them. Here's another thing not covered: pre-existing medical conditions. And believe me, they mean anything at all that may have been a problem of yours in the past. If you've had migraine headaches in the past and you cancel for another reason, they try to connect those migraine headaches or say, well, you know, you had a problem before this. So anything that was a medical condition before purchasing the policy will not be covered. Now, sometimes they have a waiting period, but don't assume pre-existing conditions are covered, because they're probably not. Here's another one: political instability or civil unrest. You remember what happened over in Israel in October when we had that civil unrest and Hamas attacked Israel? Well, take any number of hotspots in the world. If you don't feel safe because of a hotspot in the world or a military conflict or terrorism, you will not be covered. It absolutely will not cover you. Somebody had a trip. They were going to Venezuela and there was some civil unrest. They even closed the airport. It was not covered. Also, if you are thinking you're going to get covered for natural disasters, no. And a lot of people during the pandemic found out the hard way that they were not covered at all for the pandemic, because the pandemic was considered a natural disaster. In fact, many policies now, they mention pandemics. So many people got caught with trips they couldn't take, and it was not covered by travel insurance. Also, obviously, scams and frauds are not covered. So if you buy something and it was from a scammer or a fraudster and you don't go, they won't cover it. So you won't get. Now, there are some policies that will cover you for any reason whatsoever. These are no exceptions, but they cost a lot of money, and they're only as good as the company behind them. They have a lot of flexibility, though. And so they will cover probably up to your prepaid expenses, but not your whole trip. So there are many exceptions. This is what I've said, even when it comes to homeowners insurance, when it comes to title insurance, when it comes to any insurance, always look for the exceptions or exclusions, always. That is the most important part of an insurance policy. It tells you what will and will not be covered. I'm Tom Martino.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Happy Monday, drivers. Not a whole lot going on the Denver roads and freeways. As we step into the afternoon, a couple usual slowdowns through the downtown area. I-25 southbound. Slower speeds between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. And just south of there, 6th Avenue eastbound. Some usual stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Slow traffic starts from Federal. Northbound I-25 showing intended speeds through town. It's no complaints for folks heading to DIA on I-70 eastbound. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the grandmother who hiked the Appalachian Trail, Grandma Gatewood. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Fix It 24/7 will give you a free second opinion if someone says you need a new AC. A lot of companies take advantage of extreme heat or cold to try to get you to buy things. They may even quote you on a water heater or something else major. If it's more than $1,000, if you want a free second opinion, Fix It 24/7 will give it to you free of charge. Their whole goal is to fix things if they can, hence the name Fix It 24/7. So to book this free second opinion, simply go to fixmyhome.com, book now. Fixmyhome.com, book now. If you need a criminal defense attorney, don't you want one that'll talk to you without charging you? That's what you get with Joe Lazzara. Don't you want someone that I've dealt with for 30 years? That's what you get with Joe Lazzara. Don't you want someone that will have flat rate pricing once you get your free initial consultation? That's what you get with Joe Lazzara. Never shop when you're under pressure. I've done the shopping for you. Joe Lazzara is there to help you, whether it be a traffic violation, a DUI, a scuffle or argument with the neighbor, whatever turns into a criminal offense, Joe can help you. 303-429-6200. Call for your consultation and flat rate price. 303-429-6200, Lazzara. You can also find him at referralist.com.
Well, we usually have callers, yes. Would you like to talk to Tom about something? Okay.
Thanks for calling Troubleshooter Show. Please hold a moment.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show. This is Kelly. Yes, yes. Oh. Okay, well, I can definitely forward your information on. Give me and your name was Allison? And Alice, what is your phone number? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and text, and I'm gonna go ahead and text him right now, and he'll call you soon. Okay? No problem, Alice. Thank you. Okay.
About Rush Limbaugh's show, right? He'd always come on and say,
Show prep for the rest of the media.
so now it's part of my show prep to listen to each day.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Situation with Michael Brown, mornings at 6.
That is a good promo.
On 630 KHOW.
You know, have you ever entered a subscription or a membership and could not cancel it without calling? You remember that? Adobe was famous for that. They'd sign you up with a click, but in order to cancel, you got to call them. And then they try to sell you on all kinds of, reasons to stay and all kinds of specials. Well, this subscription cancellation, the FTC had a rule that allowed you to cancel with a click, but they canceled, but that was struck down by an appeals court. Okay? It was unanimously struck down by U.S. Court of Appeals in the Eighth Circuit, just days before it was going to go into effect. So there was going to be an easy click per cancel, but industry leaders fought against it. The goal was to make it easier to cancel a subscription, and they said it should be as easy as when you sign up. But for some reason, I don't know why the Court of Appeals canceled it, but they did. And there are many, many ways to cancel, but many of them require phone calls. And I like the kind where you can just cancel. But more and more companies are making it difficult to find how to cancel. So if you sign up for a gym membership, for example.
Those are brutal.
Yeah. And then try to cancel. It's very, very difficult to find out how to cancel. And they make you call a phone number. And many times these phone numbers are tied up for hours and hours and hours. Well, the Court of Appeals just published an opinion that said it was a very poorly reasoned thing, and companies have a right to make their own terms and conditions. They just went in and immediately struck it down. They said that they believe that everyone understands subscription traps, and no one is being harmed by this. I disagree totally, but just so you know, the click per cancel is not going through. From now on, they might put phone calls in or other requirements for you to cancel. Some require that you give a reason by email as to why you want to cancel, and then they correspond with you back and forth. Watch out for things that are not easy to cancel and avoid them. More coming up.
Trees make you feel good.
Better way to start that question would be, hey, I'm setting up an interview for Ryan tomorrow. What's the best time for interviews? Rather than, hey, when are Michael's breaks?
Probably. Well, I'm an idiot, so.
You do like to be very wordy, except for the times that you actually could use a little bit more help being wordy.
Okay. Good to know.
Because you were very short there. When are Michael's brakes? This is the shortest they've ever been. But could have certainly used and been much more clairvoyance, clear in asking the whole question.
I got it, Dragon. You can let it go now. Okay.
Yeah, let it go, Dragon.
Yep.
I already have to go to torture in about an hour and 15.
Deputies in San Bernardino County were called to an AM/PM convenience store on Sunday after someone reported finding a teddy bear made out of human skin. Where the fur of a teddy bear would be, that was human skin, according to the report. Reporters thought this took it over, but now an artist in South Carolina says no need for concern that he made what's called a human skin teddy bear and that that skin is actually latex. He specializes in horror special effects and haunted attractions. He shipped the bear to a customer in Victorville last week, and it somehow got placed at a convenience store. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Just of the red planet. Well, the Earth is up for auction later this week. Mars rock weighs 54 pounds. Sotheby's says it could fetch as much as $4 million and is believed to be the largest piece of Mars found on Earth. Michelle Franklin, 15 Minutes.
When disaster strikes, keeping in touch with family and friends and reaching public safety officials is critical. To prepare for power outages caused by severe weather or other conditions, you should create an emergency communication plan. First, check important cell phone contacts, including doctors, veterinarians, utilities, and insurance companies, and note local non-emergency numbers. Store at least one contact as in case of emergency, and make sure that person knows if you have medical issues. Also, make sure everyone in your house knows how to text. Check backup batteries for all your phones and fully charge cell phones, batteries, and rechargers. Sign up to receive mobile phone alerts. Backup and print out important personal data. You might buy a battery-operated, solar-powered, or hand-cranked radio or portable TV to monitor news. Start preparing today. For more info, go to fcc.gov/emergency. KHOW News Time, 103. Fire creditors in the area around Computer. Here's how the actors of The Matrix today. People were allowed back in their homes last night. A wildfire burned about 130 acres. Corporate Fox 31.
Just going around in the back streets, when it first started, and then we got shot up the rail.
Some roads pretty sure I know who he's cheating with. 85. Wind big concern for crews fighting South Wind Fire in the Black Canyon of the Yellowstone. The White Car on fire. Still not completely fire was burned to Lake Canyon, California, where the fire started. More than 3,600 acres have burned or will continue. Some fear a second mass evacuation. In court, the Rockies get high school shortstop Ethan Holiday with the first overall pick in the baseball draft.
Ready to laugh till it hurts.
The former Rocky star.
Here's how the actors of Married with Children today.
I'm David King.
Now, Impact Traffic. Denver Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Arroyo Grande. Smile with Arroyo.
Hey, it's Anna.
Com. Keep listening to win on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the fourth hour of the Troubleshooter Show, where we're solving problems, answering questions, taking your complaints. If we have any, you want to get something off your chest, give us a call. We help those who call. We help those who listen, of course. And anyway, we have a lot to talk about. And one of the things I want to talk about, the most trusted brands. So many people do surveys on the most trusted brands, but I will tell you that Newsweek does the most comprehensive anywhere. Absolutely, positively. But one thing I absolutely don't understand, we have Henry Bretz with us from Excel Roofing, and they deal a lot with insurance companies. And the number one, according to Newsweek, which takes into consideration, by the way, they rank 700 companies, 23 industries, and they have over 100,000 evaluations. They take a metrics of about 100 different things on the most reliable brands. Okay? So they're talking about the brand itself, the service they provide, and they did insurance companies. What do you think the number one brand is according to Newsweek and their survey, which I totally, absolutely, positively disagree with? Absolutely. I mean, it is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard of in my life, and I can't believe it. They have ranked as the number one most reliable insurance company, State Farm. Now, how is State Farm to deal with as a roofer, Henry? How would you rank them?
So, State Farm is better than like Liberty Mutual and Safeco, but it is not like it's not the best. But they all push back. So, insurance as a whole is very difficult.
But I can't believe that State Farm would be considered number one in the country for the most reliable and the most trustworthy. State Farm, the most trustworthy. First and foremost, if you have State Farm and you want a better deal, your agent is what's called captive. So you can't get a better deal. You can't get a better deal because all they can shop is State Farm. That's all they can shop. They're a captive agent, like Farmers, like American Family, like those companies. In fact, my 5 worst companies would be State Farm, Farmers, Allstate, American Family, and Fred Loya. Those are the 5 worst companies you can ever deal with, in my opinion, based on consumers' interactions.
So what do you think about like USAA?
USAA is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing too.
Yeah, USAA. Travelers is a good company.
Yeah.
Chubb is a good company.
Chubb is the best.
Really good company. Auto Owners is a good company.
Yep.
That's listed on here as number 17 out of 100. But if we go down to the bottom of their list, well, not the bottom, but let's say the Hartford is number 38. They just listed the top 40. And the Hartford is 38. But I will tell you that to put State Farm as number one.
Yeah, where's Chubb? Did Chubb make that list?
Let's see. Chubb here, I'm looking
Just
at
read
this.
off the top 10, Tom.
Here's the top 10. State Farm, Empower, which is headquartered right here in Colorado. Never heard of them. I mean, I've heard of them, but never hear from them. Mutual of Omaha, United Health, Aflac, Lowe's, Fidelity National Financial, Nationwide, American Coastal Insurance, and American Equity. That's the top 10. If I went down and looked for Chubb, Geico is 18, a Liberty Mutual is 22. If I look for Chubb, what I cannot believe is it's not here. And I'm wondering if it's too much of a niche group and maybe they don't make the numbers for the popularity surveys.
It's really expensive, isn't it? I'm not sure what those policies are in comparison to something like Liberty Mutual.
But they happen to be. So these are all insurance companies, including health insurance. Like Progressive is 33 out of 40. In any case, I don't have any confidence in a study. State Farm, I don't know how you get much worse. I mean, I don't even understand it. State Farm, wow.
I mean, specifically from the roofing perspective, I think that like Liberty Mutual and Safeco are worse than State Farm because they do not want to pay out on claims, and when they do, they don't pay labor rates. So say that the cost of some kind of labor for an hourly is $30 an hour. Safeco will try to pay out like $20, and they won't budge on that at all, and they use a different price sheet than the rest of the insurance companies.
So, folks, if you're looking at different kinds of companies, that's how they rank them, and I would not put much trust in them. Now, you can go to other categories. For example, consumer goods. What do you think the number one brand is on consumer goods? Procter and Gamble. Well, they have so many so many products. Procter and Gamble is number one. And Procter and Gamble, of course, God almighty, they have so many. They have literally 1,000 products. After that, the Clorox Company is number 2. Hallmark is number 3. Colgate is number 4. Klein Tools, believe it or not, is in the top 10. Klein Tools. Hasbro, number 6. Delta Faucets, number 7. Yankee Candle, number 8. I mean, think about this. How can you put all brands together? There are so many different categories within these companies. And Bath and Body Works is number 9. Number 10 is Steinway and Sons. Well, who's going to complain about a piano? Mattel is number 11. So basically, what they're doing is like Kohler would be 16. So if you want to look this up, it's rankings.newsweek.com. Rankings.newsweek.com. And you can put in whatever category you want.
Is there one for automobiles, Tom?
There must be. Let's see.
Number 1, Tesla Motors.
Let's see. Did you look it up? Harley Davidson.
I could see that.
Harley Davidson is number 1. Goodyear, number 2. Safelite. See, what they do is that's all automotive. So they're not taking cars themselves or motor vehicles, but the entire industry. So that's where it gets weird. So Harley Davidson, you got a diehard audience there that loves what they have. And Cooper Tires, Discount Tire, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Advanced Auto Parts. Ford is number 9. Ford is the only manufacturer for cars on the list, and they rank number 9, and that's probably for the F-150. General Motors is 11 on a list, 11, and then it goes from there. But there's such a mix smash of categories. They group the categories too widely, in my opinion. So they're grouped together so widely. Like if you did food and beverage, number 1, Campbell's. Of course, Campbell's is non-controversial. Campbell's soup, there's not a lot going on there as far as controversy or what people would be opposed to. And then Quaker Oats, Hershey, Coca-Cola, General Mills. This is certainly not a reflection of product quality. It's not. It's just what people think of the brands based on their experiences.
But Tom, isn't what people think of the brands the most accurate reflection of the company?
Well, it's perception they say perception is everything.
Right? So people aren't getting food poisoned by Kellogg's or
and General Mills is number 5. Frito-Lay is number 6. PepsiCo 7. Coca-Cola's on there. I mean, whatever metrics they're using, they have done hundreds. They do hundreds of different measurements, and they listened to the survey. 25,000 people and more than 100,000 evaluations. I'd like to actually see the questionnaire.
I'm curious who's doing these surveys.
It is, well, Newsweek. Well, I mean, Newsweek is the one that commissioned it. So, okay, healthcare. That's interesting. Like, what is included in healthcare? Well, something I never heard. Teledoc must be like a telecommunications for doctors. Medline, Walgreens, Oak Street, Baptist Health, Bristol Myers, Banner Health.
Teledoc is when you call up, Tom.
Yeah, of course, to get a doctor.
It's like a telehealth service.
From the name, I could figure that one out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I don't put a lot of stock in these things, but they are, what they're asking are opinions. But as Dee said, isn't perception everything, what people think? But I don't think people know how to evaluate the quality of a product. But maybe you disagree. No, they actually do probably.
It's the warm feeling. I mean, if a company offers good customer service and delivers a good customer experience, quality might suffer, but the customer will still be happy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. 303-713-8255. But as far as complaints go, State Farm would be on the top of the list of complaints on how badly they handle on how they handle claims, which is funny because they come out as one of the most trustworthy brands in the country. So that's where I'm confused. But I only hear from people who are pissed off anyway, if you think about it.
Yeah, we do have a self-selected sample population that calls in with complaints.
And someone says here that they've been with farmers since 81, 3 vehicle claims, 2 hail claims on the house and 3 vehicle, paid for everything, awesome service, and their roadside is awesome. Farmers. Again, that's a captive agent, so you would never know if you could do better on pricing. Remember, they're captive, meaning if you wanted to get another policy, it would have to be within Farmers. So if you said to your agent, find me a better policy or shop my policy, they're never going to shop outside of Farmers. They're not allowed to. So captive agents, in my opinion, can sometimes get you the best deal if it so happens to be the one they're representing. If it's not the one they're representing, you'll never know about it. So State Farm, Farmers, Allstate, American Family, and Fred Loya are all captive agents. You will never learn about the market using those insurance agents or brokers. I'm Tom Martino.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
I want you to mark your calendars for the 19th. That's this Saturday. And what we're doing is we're having a informational meeting about Vestera Turnkey. That's the program I've been touting with Barry Miller, who helps you become a landlord. And I always say without the conventional risks and hassles. It's where you buy a rental and they help you buy it. They show you what to buy, where to buy, when to buy. They help you manage it. They help take your phone calls. They do it all. And then when to sell it. All of it's under the banner Vestera Turnkey. You can find out about the seminar this Saturday. We'll answer any and all questions. I'll be there for Wave 8 Wealth Management to tell you how you can do it by using your retirement money if you want to do it, or if you want to do a partial one with me instead of having the whole thing on your own. That's mybiggestreturn.com. mybiggestreturn.com.
Battle.
You're just out of camera range where you're sitting.
To me?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm not here to build a brand.
Sure you are.
Thinking about selling your home? The Empower Home team of Keller Williams has been recognized as the #8 mega team in the U.S. for total volume and #9 for families served. That according to the 2025 Real Trends Tom Ferry The 1000 as featured in the Wall Street Journal. Gabe Ribble is my realtor, and the Empower Home team are the go-to experts when it comes to getting homes sold, especially those tough-to-sell expired listings that other agents just can't figure out. They won't just put your name on the MLS and cross their fingers. No way. They bring an aggressive, proven marketing strategy that targets the right buyers to get your home sold. And again, I know personally because Gabe helped me sell my home. And here's the game-changing guarantee. If your home does not sell, Gabe will buy it at a price that you agree on. That is her guarantee. Call my friend Gabe Ribble and the Empower Home team to find out more about this guarantee at 855-407-SOLD. 855-407-SOLD. Go to gayhasthebuyers.com. You spell gay, G-A-Y-E, gayhasthebuyers.com.
Hey, it's Mike Crow. If you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 350 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save it. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you can receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%. All guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan today. 720.
God, my daughter talks loud.
Hey, I like your robotic vacuum cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Chance to check it out?
You know, the only thing wrong is it's picking up, it bundles up little wool fibers in balls and drops them places because it's not sucking them up, but it's balling them up into a ball. So the one wool carpet I have in the living room leaves little scattered balls all over. So I really need to keep it from vacuuming. I don't know how to exclude areas like that.
I have a feeling there might be some setting that needs to be adjusted. It's supposed to suck up those things too. It's not supposed to leave droppings of them.
It kind of the rubber thing makes them turn, and it's like did you see him upstairs? You did. Okay, you did.
He can't be the only one that's happened to, so they must have a solution. There must be some setting in there.
With indie pop sensation Day Glow. Don't miss the Taking a Walk
Yeah,
podcast with Day Glow. iHeartRadio app.
There's that machine. It's got to be able to take care of its own.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios.
Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Somebody texted and wanted to know from Henry on Excel Roofing. So when you have a dispute about labor and there's a few $1,000s apart, does Excel adjust, or what do they do if they're just not willing to pay the labor rate? If an insurance company says, no, we don't think we're paying that much, what do you do?
Well, we do our best to get the insurance company up to our labor rate because, roofing is a hard job and we want to pay our guys what they're owed.
But isn't there like a standard somewhere that they can go, like, what's Xactimate?
Yeah, so exactly. So there's two softwares that the insurance companies use to estimate these projects. They use Xactimate and Symbility. And so Xactimate is a lot more generous on those kind of pricing, and so we're able to pay those more like, fair labor rates.
Well, will insurance companies look at Xactimate and say, okay, we'll
Yeah,
pay it?
yeah, absolutely. So that's Xactimate, but Symbility is what like Liberty Mutual and Safeco uses, and that software, it's the absolute bare bones. They don't include stuff that they really are required to, and it's just a big, huge fight. So we do our best to get them up to our labor costs, and if we absolutely can't get them up to our labor costs, then we'll just have to start eating our margin. So those claims can be
But
really
you don't force somebody into a contract. They can always cancel if they didn't get the coverage they believe they should get.
Yeah, absolutely. If they want to cancel a contract or whatever the homeowner wants to do, but if we're working on a Symbility claim through Liberty Mutual, we're gonna do our best to get that job done for what the insurance provided.
Somebody wants to know about tearing off. How important is it that you tear off a previous row or a previous layer of shingles, or their insurance company is insisting they go over it and don't pay for tear off?
So I think that's crazy that the insurance company isn't paying for tear off because it's way better to just rip everything off.
It is.
Start at the decking.
But is it necessary?
It is technically not necessary, but I mean, it's just like anything. Like if you put a Band-Aid on top of a Band-Aid, is it really going to help? I mean, there's just a whole lot of penetrations. I don't really agree with layovers. I mean, you can do a layover on something like a cedar shake roof. I mean, it's a bad idea. You wouldn't want to do that, but
No, of
technically
course
you
not.
can do it.
Wait a minute. You can put asphalt over it?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That must look ugly.
Yeah, I mean, there's been times where we've found like 4 roofs on top of an existing asphalt shingle, and the issue with that is the decking can't support that much weight. And so even if you're doing like so there's like regular asphalt shingles, and then you can do like a presidential. So if you wanted to do a presidential layover on top of an asphalt shingle, you're adding just that much more weight per square on those shingles. And with that thin OSB or that thin decking, it'll start to sag.
But do codes allow you to put over a layover?
So it depends on the jurisdiction. I believe according to my ICC book, it's 3 layers that's approved. But like I said, it's a bad idea. It's much better just to rip it off.
So all of your bids include tear off?
Absolutely. We do not like to do layovers. We can do layovers in some circumstances.
What would be a reason to do a layover?
So one layover that I do agree with is like stone coated steel. So it's those steel panels that have the asphalt granules on top of it. And according to code, you can do a stone coated steel over an asphalt roof, which I do agree with. But even then, there's a lot of penetrations that go through those shingles, and it has a high.
When you do the stone coated steel, okay?
Yeah.
And you go over an existing asphalt roof, do you put down paper first, tar paper? That's what they call it, underlayment?
No, so that underlayment is already under the asphalt shingles. So those asphalt shingles.
But if that's leaking, then wouldn't that be like just covering up the bad?
Exactly. That's why you should do a layover. But say that a roof.
That's why you shouldn't do a layover.
Yeah, so that's why you shouldn't do a layover. So say that there's like hail damage on an asphalt roof.
Yeah.
Right, but it's not leaking. You could absolutely do a layover with those stone coated steel panels, so it wouldn't leak. But it'll be way cheaper to do that stone coated layover on top of that asphalt.
Someone got a check and they said the roofer said the granules are missing, but it's not leaking. So I want to know, what are the granules? Are they for looks, or do they have a function?
No, the granules are absolutely structural.
They are.
The shingles, yeah, absolutely.
What do they do to the shingle? They give it life?
It's just like the paint on your car. The paint is going to protect the metal, and so the granules are going to protect the fiberglass. That's what those shingles are back.
So the shingle is made up in the base of fiberglass.
Yeah, it's a fiberglass
covered by asphalt.
Asphalt, and then the granules.
Okay, so fiberglass, asphalt, and shingles.
Yes.
Excuse me, and granules.
Yep.
And the granules protect the fiberglass. Protect the whatever.
The asphalt covered.
And the asphalt protects the fiberglass.
Yes.
And all together, it makes a shingle.
It makes up a shingle. So when we're looking at hail damage, those bruises, that's where it's popping all those granules off. And so
But will it leak in that area?
It takes a little while, but yeah, it would leak over some years because it's going to pop all those granules off, and then the fiberglass,
and then the sun will be
exposed.
subjected to
Exactly. So it's just
to the
it's gonna significantly
decrease.
Increase the wear on the roof.
Okay, from the sun.
Yeah, the deterioration is gonna it's gonna be much faster.
Somebody here, a text said, I have T-lock shingles and they want to only do the part that's damaged. Can you explain what T-lock is?
So for everybody listening, there's 3-tab and T-lock shingles, and these are the older, kind of cheaper shingles.
T-locks were for wind, right?
Yeah, T-locks were designed for wind resistance, but they've since been discontinued. So like we operate in Wyoming too, and so if there's a damaged T-lock roof up there, even if just a couple of those shingles are damaged, the insurance should buy the entire roof. And so actually,
but do they balk at it and try to just?
Oh yeah,
Can you buy replacement T-lock?
No, you can't find them unless you find them secondhand, but it's unrealistic. They're not.
Okay, so then they do have to replace it.
They should. And I just want to get this point across. So to everybody listening, if you have a T-lock roof, you should give Excel Roofing a call. There is a very, very strong chance we can get that thing bought through insurance for wind damage. If you've had a windstorm within the past year or so, there's usually some missing shingles or some uplifted shingles.
So you can almost always find something wrong with a T-lock, whether it was heavy hail or not.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it just takes a very minimal amount of damage to get the entire thing bought.
So you were able, with minor damage, to get the whole T-lock replaced because they're discontinued.
Yes. Yep.
That's good to know. By the way, Excel Roofing, our guest, 303-761-6400.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Arroyo Grande with Raymond Arroyo.
Through the downtown area, I-25 northbound before 6th Avenue. We've got a stall in the right lane with safety patrol on site. It does look like cars and trucks are swerving to avoid this one. Some slow traffic back from Santa Fe, exit 207. Otherwise, a fairly standard drive throughout the Denver metro as we head into this Monday afternoon. For folks heading to DIA, I-70 eastbound, slower speeds starting at I-270 all the way to Pena Boulevard. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. I'd like to invite you to my new podcast, Arroyo Grande. Discover life lessons, practical advice, and inspiring examples to live by as I sit with celebrities and thought leaders you'll absolutely love. Listen to Arroyo Grande wherever you get your podcasts.
Why do companies like Excel Roofing, they do that free gutter cleaning or a cheap gutter cleaning, less expensive gutter cleaning, and then Fix It 24/7. They do that $39 extreme clean check and tune of your AC. Why are they doing it? Because they want to be your company. So they give a low price of $39. It's worth way more than that. And Fix It comes out for a couple hours and practically refurbishes the whole AC system. They take it apart, they spread it apart, they clean each part, and they make it like new. Why? Because they know you're going to call them next time you have a problem. There's nothing wrong when a company wants to prove themselves. And Fix It 24/7 loves doing these extreme clean, tune, and checks for new customers. So if they want to introduce themselves to you, find out how extreme it is by getting it for just $39, for goodness sakes, and you'll see. Dirt and grime's the #1 killer of your AC, so it will add life and efficiency. That's fixmyhome.com. Book now. Fixmyhome.com. Book now.
The connection is not very good. Oh, that's much better. Okay, let's start over. Okay, so what did you want to talk to Tom about? And what type? What was it? What was it, Maiden? Right. What kind of Like rubber what? Rubber roofing. Okay, got it. Okay, all right. What's your name, sir? One more time. David. All right, David. Hang on for me, okay? Get a new phone.
Business owners, don't you love the summer in Colorado, but hate the paint? Do what business owner Steve did. He called Rhino Shield.
The building itself is made out of concrete block. We've had it painted once before, and I heard the ads for Rhino Shield, and that piqued my interest.
Rhino Shield's ceramic technology is specifically formulated for our unique climate right here in Colorado, and it's Class 1 fire rated.
So the Rhino Shield crew that came out was really good. Next to our building, we have some automotive repair shop. There was no paint, no overspray anywhere that I could see, even on the concrete.
Business or residential, right now get the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
You don't think of paint as an investment, but when you don't have to worry about painting your building for 25 years, to me is a no-brainer.
Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 844-317-4466. That's 844-31-RHINO or rhinoshieldco.com.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline.
So it's on the next call.
Yeah.
It's literally flat or some sort of synthetic. So
Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Criminal defense, DUI, or other charges. Free initial consultations. Flat rate pricing. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200. LazaraLegal.com, Lazzara. Joe Lazara, 303-429-6200.
Done right, did right by me. We've heard those words. Hi, Orchard dealers. Kitchens done right.
Google literally censors what they put in their search results based on their policies. So if they don't agree with things, they put them lower.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fucking.
It's an evil, evil company, Tom.
Oh my God. They literally, the rankings have nothing to do with popularity.
It's the narrative they present.
That's right.
That's what determines the rankings. Yeah, it's a manipulative, evil company.
Great cash incentives or a special financing rate of 0% or 72 equal monthly payments with good credit. Call for details. Kitchen
Wikipedia does the same thing.
basements and windows and doors. Done right.
Oh, yeah, there's always some of that. They've always been known as being
God almighty.
scum.
Hurt in a car crash? Get John Fuller on your side. Call Fuller.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. RenewHomeInnovations.com. I love these guys. They do the most beautiful showers. What I really love is they do it in 2 or 3 days, and you have months and months to pay with 0 interest. You get porcelain-sided, no maintenance, beautiful showers, rectangle showers, perimeter drains. You don't need doors. They turn a corner. They have grab bars and seats, and they move. They design them for your movement. RenewHomeInnovations.com. You'll never see something more beautiful. 303-904-2000. Months to pay with no interest. 303-904-2000. David, you want to talk about rubber roofing? I've heard about rubber rooms. David, tell me about rubber roofing. You're talking about a flatter type roof, right?
Well, no, it was
It was like a 412, 512 roof. It
Uh-huh.
looked like 3-tab, and the guy told me, "Oh, this is a rubber roof," and it had like a 50-year warranty or longer. And the roof, he said, this particular roof was on for 20 years. It still looked great, and when you looked at it from the street, it looked like 3-tab, maybe a little bigger than a standard 3-tab, which is what, 3 feet or something. These might have been 4 foot, but they had ribs underneath. He goes, you could walk on it and everything. And I was wondering, do they have anything like that here in Colorado?
Now, where did you have this roof?
I saw it in Washington State last week. It's actually on my nephew's house.
Oh, so it's not your roof, it's your nephew's.
Yeah. And I figured,
and you like it.
Replace my roof here.
You like it.
It really looks good. Yeah.
Is it made of rubber or does it just look like rubber?
No, it's actually made of rubber.
Okay. So, Henry, what kind of roof is he talking about?
So I believe you're referring to a Euro Shield roof, and they are made of recycled semi-truck tires. We've installed a couple of them over the past couple of years.
And are they good?
They any good or?
Yeah, they are good. I mean, they are as close to hail-proof as you can get, but they are going to be substantially more than any like asphalt shingle or even a stone-coated steel or tile product. They're probably about 4 times as expensive.
4 times?
Yeah, they're really expensive, and they are made in Canada, so they are affected by all kinds of shipping costs, tariffs, all that stuff.
But what are they guaranteed for how long?
So the warranty that they have on there is for 50 years. It is a smaller company, so I can't vouch for any of their
how dependable, right,
and all that.
We don't know if they'll be around 50, but
Yeah.
they have a 50-year warranty. And is it hail-proof?
So yeah, I would say it's hail-proof. I think that hail ball has a better chance of going through the back of that OSB or that decking than through the shingle. I mean, you can smash these things with mallets and hammers, and it.
Do you do them?
Yeah.
They're good roofs.
So, I mean, we do push them and we do install them, but the amount of our customers who actually buy them is really slim just because that barrier to entry is so high with that price.
Do you get a discount on your insurance?
You know what? No, because the way that the roofing products work is they have class, 2, class 3, class 4, and these are class 4, but so are asphalt shingles. So, I mean, I believe personally these should be a larger discount, but because there isn't any class 5 or class 6 roofing shingles, it doesn't get any higher than a class 4.
Does that answer you, David?
Yeah, it does. I was just impressed at the look of these things, and they were saying, "Gosh, they're indestructible."
Yeah, they are.
If it's 4 times the cost, it's like, well, I don't have that much money, but
yeah, I don't think that we're going to see a whole lot of these in the near future because the builders, they're certainly not putting any even class 4 roofs on these new construction projects.
So class 4 is the best you can get.
Yeah.
And this actually is better than class 4.
It is, but it still falls within that classification because the company that tests these Underwriters Laboratory, I mean, there isn't a class 5 designation. And so, yeah, these things are bulletproof. They're hard to install. They're hard to get here, but they are definitely the closest thing to hail-proof available.
Wow. So you're not willing to pay more, but he says it's wonderful. And it's called Euro Shield. Look online.
Shield rubber roofing. Yeah.
Euro Shield.
We have an article on it. If you go to excelroofing.com, we have an article that goes over all the different benefits of Euro Shield roofing and the pros, cons, cost.
The only thing that's a con is the cost.
Yeah, I would say that, but then also it does kind of smell like rubber for a little while after you install it. And then also the installation can be somewhat tedious just because that rubber is pretty thick and hard to cut through. So the labor cost is higher. And yeah, it all kind of boils down to cost.
And it is actually rubber.
It is, yeah. I believe it's like 70% recycled semi-truck tires, and so the rubber content is, I believe, close to 100.
Is labor more to put it on too?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The guys, they want more money for installation of this stuff. The supply is more difficult. Everything's more challenging. But you
Is
know
it
what?
heavier?
Yeah, it is heavier. The one thing about this that's really important is it is not fire rated. So it doesn't have that high class fire rating. So you can't put this stuff in an area like Evergreen because it's only class 3 fire rated, or class 2, I believe.
Class 2 fire rated, but class 4 hail rated.
Yeah,
Wow.
correct.
And how does it do in wind?
You know what? So this stuff is pretty cool. It has these interlocking tabs, and so the top of the shingle, it slides into the bottom of the shingle slides on the top of the lower shingle, so it creates a seal. And so it's not just the nails that are holding these things down or some sort of tar; they actually interlock. It's somewhat similar to a T-lock, but the actual locking mechanism is much different.
Hey, David, good luck to you, man. Whatever you decide to do. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Through the downtown area, I-25 northbound before 6th Avenue. We've got a stall in the right lane with safety patrol on site. It does look like cars and trucks are swerving to avoid this one. Some slow traffic back from Santa Fe, exit 207. Otherwise, a fairly standard drive throughout the Denver metro as we head into this Monday afternoon. For folks heading into DIA, I-70 eastbound, slower speeds starting at I-270 all the way to Pena Boulevard. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the grandmother who hiked the Appalachian Trail, Grandma Gatewood. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
I want to give you my word and my pledge about Wave 8 Wealth Management. I started this company years and years ago for me, just for me. And then I realized there are a lot of people that have retirement plans and investments, and they want personalized attention. I was sick and tired of insurance salesmen, annuity salesmen, people saying they're investing my money when they're not. Most advisors are simply not your advisor. That's the truth. Ask them straight up. Are you my direct investor and advisor? Most of them have to be honest with you. We do direct financial investments for our clients, and each client is individually considered. That is my goal. I want you to talk to us about your portfolio with no obligation. 303-771-HELP. It's my pledge to you. My money is invested right alongside yours. No one else can tell you that. 303-771-HELP. Wave8capital.com. The Art of Granite. I love the Art of Granite. Now, it should be called the Art of Countertops because they do more than granite. They do natural stone, and they do any man-made material, I think, except concrete, but they do everything else. And they'll give you a price on the phone. They know that tear out and haul away is always free. They know they do wholesale on all countertop materials. So pricing it out is their pleasure. On the phone for you. Call them. Maybe you send a pic or two, and they'll give you a price for your beautiful countertop on the phone. Theartofgranite.com, serving the entire Front Range and mountain communities. And they have their own stone yard where they do wholesale on all materials. 303-386-5919. Give them a call and get your price. 303-386-5919. Hey guys online, I'm totally confused about my Roomba. I need to know, how do I adjust the area? Like, it's missing some areas. And then, never mind. There's all kinds of stuff.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino urging you to use Frank Duran's realestateman.com with Remax Alliance 303-920-1622.
This is the story of the one. Have you had a chance to look at what it dumps into that docking station?
Mm-mm.
That's going to be really interesting. Does it dump into the docking station?
Mm.
Okay. That would be really interesting. I'll bet you.
I don't like those little fuzz balls it's leaving.
Yeah, I bet you there's some setting in the machine. I guarantee we'll pick them up. It's next time. This machine running.
God, I don't know. It just does it until it's done. It's a long time, and it has to charge in between.
How often does it do it? Once a day?
No, I'm manually doing it once a day right now. I'm going to change all that.
Have you seen the cat's reaction to it?
Yeah, it's so cute. It's funny.
Hail damage? Get help now with the exterior home professionals at Genesis Total Exteriors. They do roofs, siding, stucco, windows, decks, and more. So everything can be handled by one trusted company. One estimate. Think smart. Think GenesisTotalExteriors.com. On my referral list for many years. At referralist.com or GenesisTotalExteriors.com. 303-679-8509. 679-8509.
Why is my Roomba leaving behind little like wound fuzzies? Dust bunnies. Clogged brushes? No. No, it's not clogged. No.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Ryan Schuling.
1 year since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. Where were you on that Saturday afternoon? What do we know about that day? And what remains unknown about the deceased shooter, Thomas Crooks? Monday on Ryan Schuling Live.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I've waited all show to mention this. I have a Roomba I just bought, and it has the one where it empties into the reservoir. It doesn't have the mop. And it mapped out my place, but it does miss some edging. And supposedly, it came with a little edging brush, but I don't know where it goes. It has like an edging brush and something, but it doesn't have any directions on where to put it. I guess I got to look online. It came with a little 3-pronged brush that's supposed to go up to the edges and edge, but also it skips certain areas. So if it already mapped your house, I guess what I'm asking, can you remap your house, or do you expand the map? How do you make adjustments to the map? How do you do it? You know, and one of my rugs sheds to where it winds up the balls. It's not hair, it's actually carpet fiber, and it winds it up in about 2 or 3 inch or 1 inch windings, and they're tight, and it just deposits them, and it looks kind of like little hairballs. They're dropping.
I thought it looked like a trail of droppings behind your vacuum cleaner.
You thought it was the cat?
No, I didn't think it was the cat, but it did remind me of.
Anyway, I mean, YouTube probably has a bunch of videos on the Roomba, but the Roomba is already mapped, so I don't even know how to alter the map. I'm going to have to look into it. All I did was bought it, charged it, did a general app, and everything the app said I did. But anyway, and it just turns out that it's not cat fur. It's absolutely not. But in any case, I find the Roomba very, very interesting. Very interesting. And I imagine, and it's doing a very, very good job where there's straight carpet and regular carpet, and it does it beautifully like a lawnmower. You can see the little tracks, and it's such a finished look. But I'm having problems with the outer perimeter. I want to expand it a bit, and it ignored one complete room, which was my office. It didn't go inside that room for some reason. So I guess, can you start over and remap everything, or do you edit the area? That's what I want to. So I want my YouTubers to email me, help@troubleshooter.com, and let me know how I do it. By the way, Excel Roofing, remember, for the rest of the day, $99 gutter cleaning for those who call, $99. That's a deal. It's a steal. 303-761-6400, 761-6400. Excel as an excellent. excelroofing.com. And if you need help from me, it's 303 Martino. Thank you, bro.
All right, you're clear. See ya.
See ya.